on air. I'm kind of excited now.
If you're on air, then
I
why
can
are you saying
send you my
that?
YouTube page so that you can see if you'd like.
Okay, yes. Any insight would help.
I think you're gonna enjoy this. Like, your forest is fucking beautiful.
It's beautiful.
It's beautiful.
Beautiful, like PewDiePie!
Like, oh my god. um. Yep, there it is. I actually think I might cry. Let me know when you have things going.
Oh wow.
It's amazing, right?
Oh wow. Now, did you make this?
Mostly. I put in this little area, but it literally developed all of this for earlier, and you might have to mute that because it's kind of going back and forth. So here is the castle, quote unquote, where Duchess Evith is staying. It's luxurious, right?
Yeah.
This area over here is where Zigbar, Artasia, and Zorel are sparring.
Mm-hmm.
Again, you're gonna probably have to mute that. If you can, please. And then your little area is pretty much anything in this area. We're gonna assume like town is over here. So y'all have gone some distance away. But we're gonna kind of let it sit about here.
Well, I thought she was in the town.
Her castle thingy kind of dwells like a little bit on the outskirts, but
A little bit. It's far away from the town that we're in.
let's assume this town is fairly large. It is like a capital city.
Okay.
Like, you don't understand like how like happy I am at this moment. Okay, so Zayne, you have a one-shot to basically do whatever the fuck you want.
Woo.
Because God has the means to appease you at this moment. So, what are you doing first in the forest? Because I know that is where we stopped last.
Oh, I thought we were still in town. I had to make my way to the forest.
No, from the last time that I remember, you had said that you had followed slightly after everybody else had left Cake and Duchess's.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of following them into the training grounds, you decided to go off into the forest that was slightly off to the side of the castle.
Oh. Okay.
So what would you like to do?
Ooh, what would I like to do?
You had like 2 whole weeks to think about this, but yes.
There's been a lot on my mind in the past whole 2 weeks.
I know.
I thought I'd be taking place inside the town first, but that's fine. Well, since I'm hunting, I might as well look for tracks, like
You would like
wherever.
to see if you can find some kind of animal tracks? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, like deer or some,
All right, make a
game.
nature roll.
Nature?
Yes, I would require a nature roll.
Not perception?
Let me double check, because like I said, I'm assuming you would need to have a nature roll just to even be able to find. Yeah. Your intelligence check measures your ability to recall lore about terrain, plants, and animals, the weather, and natural cycles.
But I'm
So,
trying to search for tracks. Da-da-da.
yeah, I guess go ahead and make a perception check, and then we'll do the nature check later to see if you can figure out what kind of perception checks
Yeah,
you've done.
that's a
Does that make more sense?
perception is to find. Nature would probably be to like recall what kind of animal it is, if animal at all.
Mm-hmm. Are you doing the rolls in the casuals group, or are you doing the rolls on your actual thing?
Casuals.
Okay. If I have to, we can make up a separate one, and that way we don't blow up their phones, but it's fine.
Okay. So I also have the natural explorer feature or trait. Oh, you have favorite terrain type, which is forest. Your proficiency bonus is doubled for proficient skills when you make an intelligence or wisdom check related to it. So would that count?
Perception is a wisdom check, so yes. Which I think is why you get a +6 modifier whenever you do a perception check.
Oh yeah. While traveling for more than an hour, you choose.
I am inviting, just so you know. Wrong thing.
Pass to the area. Also, your string kind of cut out.
Yeah, I had to send an invite. My bad.
That's fine.
I'm probably gonna have to trim this down and everything later, so it's fine.
Hello, Devon.
Hello.
So I have sent you a link as well. You get to actually view the gameplay and conversations that go on today. Because magic happened.
Because magic happened?
Because magic happened.
Because magic happened?
You already saw the magnificence of the kingdom.
Oh.
Oh.
That magic.
Magic happened.
Okay. I see now.
Magic! I'm super excited. Like, you have no idea.
I don't think that was the magic I thought you were referring to.
No. we're not gonna bring that up. Not in chat.
Do you want to
Not
watch
right
this
now.
video on your TV? No, I think I'm good.
Okay, so you are making a perception check to see if you can even find some small critters.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's not just a background, is it?
No, well, kind of. Um, there's the castle. That's where y'all are training, behind those walls. And he's like
What
in
the
this
hell?
area.
Cool, right?
Welcome to Jurassic World, by the way.
Oh,
Mhm.
that's why it said you were playing Jurassic World.
Yep.
Okay. That's clever. I have to give it to you. That's clever.
Right? I thought about this like all day. So did you roll yet?
No, I have not. Wait for it to calm down. So roll with advantage.
Yes. What is your advantage modifier for that again? So I'm aware.
There's an
Ad-
advantage modifier?
I'm
No,
just asking.
advantage is rolling your d20 twice.
That
Yeah.
thing, yeah. It's been a while. Yeah.
Okay. First roll's a 14 plus 6 is 20.
Dirty 20. Okay. Let's see if you can get a natural 20 with your second roll. or higher.
D-
Can't really get higher than a nat 20.
Wrong. You know this is wrong.
Well, if you get a nat 20, then you can add on your multiplier, which makes it even higher.
Remember, you get a second roll.
Yeah. This time I'm actually adding the
Mhm.
modifier thing
Yep, don't forget
onto it,
the-
so I don't have to do it mentally.
Yep.
It's been a while since doing this. 2 weeks?
Something like that. Maybe longer?
Alright.
Too long.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a 16, and take the 20. Dirty 20.
Yep, so you're going to take the dirty 20. So you were able to find not just one set of tracks, you found multiple different sets of tracks from multiple different kinds of animals. Is there a specific track that you were greatly looking for? Because you found some deer, you found some rabbit, you might have found some weird looking creature that you've kind of only ever seen in forests, but not in any of the forests you've been in.
Don't follow that one. It's a trap.
Well,
Shut up, demigod.
I have to know what it is so I can be wary and avoid it.
You can always make your nature check because you do know lore of lands and forests because you have advantage in forest rolls.
Yeah. So you're just gonna go ahead and tell me which ones are which? Or do I have to roll to see which ones are which?
No, you rolled high enough to like distinguish all of these different types. So you know that there's at least 2 tracks of deer heading off to the east, probably towards the water. You know that there's at least 1 set of tracks that are probably rabbit, heading just a little bit in front of you into a bush. The odd set of tracks you think might belong to what you're hoping is not a kobold guardian, but I mean, you never know.
Okay.
A what?
Kobold.
Kobold guardian. It's basically what kobolds kind of follow around to like actually help hollow out their housing developments.
Okay. I've just always heard it called kobold.
I don't know. Kobold sounded better.
Just the pronunciation threw me off.
Okay, so I'm gonna roll a nature check on to see what track that is. D20 plus 1. Okay, that's a 12. And 1d20 plus a 1. 17.
Okay, now God was kind of half listening. You were trying to find what again?
Oh, for the strange tracks that I didn't really know I was rolling the nature check to see what it is. And the highest one was 17.
Alright, just a moment. God was obviously not prepared for this.
She didn't expect you to follow the trap.
Oh, I'm not following them. I'm just want to see what it is.
Let me see if I got it written down. Yep, there it is. So you actually know that these are Lystrosaurus tracks.
Lystrosaurus.
Lystrosaurus.
That's ironic.
Oh god. Now I gotta look up what Lystrosaurus is.
It's a medium-sized beast. It's unaligned. It's usually found as the guard animal for kobolds in winter climates and has a reputation as a sturdy and self-sufficient companion. At night it digs shallow burrows in the ground to sleep, which are occasionally expended upon by its masters, which are the kobolds.
Damn, you're really good at your nature checks.
You rolled high enough to know at least that much information.
He's like, let me just pull out my book here. Ah, yes. Here it is.
Yes, the many species I've tracked. Let me just write this down.
Many species that you've kind of read about, but you're like, I didn't really ever want to see them, and I'm good.
It's a trap.
I was like, just gonna write this down in my little notebook.
It might come in handy later.
You know, it wouldn't be a bad idea to keep like a journal of some of the things you've tracked.
Well, if you also go to the main webpage, there is actually already kind of a little list of things to help y'all stay in track. So what do you want to do with this information that you now have?
Well, I'm definitely gonna stay away from the Lystrosaurus.
All
Definitely.
Right. So,
Good idea.
No west, got it.
But can I also find out how many Lystrosaurus or how long ago they were around?
You can totally do that. I think that'd be an insight check, wouldn't it? Or investigation? I think that's investigation.
I would probably do another nature check.
It's one of the two.
Roll for advantage again. So I roll advantage, right?
Mm-hmm. Since you get the advantage in nature, right?
Yep.
Lucky Rangers.
I know, right?
Hey, I tried to convince you for your new one that you're doing to be a ranger or a rogue or anything different, and you're just like, no, I still want to be a warlock.
Sorcerer Warlock.
Warlock nonetheless.
13.
Only 2 levels.
13?
Yep.
It's kind of hard to read, but you're pretty sure there is at least one. There could be more, but the tracks are kind of old and a little bit covered up. You're not sure if that was intentionally done or if that's just wear and tear from weather.
Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna go track the deer.
Good choice. Do you have any traps?
Traps?
Mhm.
No. Arrows? Yes.
Do you have rope?
I've got at least 50 foot of rope.
He's got
You
plenty of
might be
rope.
able to. Well, he might be able to sneak by by making some makeshift traps.
That's why I was asking if he already like had traps in like initially, because I know in some instances when you're building your character, when you go through and you're just like, this is the pack I'm gonna take, it automatically like gives you like small game traps.
Um,
I never noticed that.
I have adventuring gear, which includes a mess kit, uh, rope, tinderbox, torch, water skin.
Well, you might make a survival check to see if you can make a trap out of the rope,
That's just true.
if God allows.
Yeah, I will allow because I don't see any traps in there. I know that traps are a thing, but I guess you went with the wrong things about the traps, so yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Uh, which trap would that be? I'm thinking that's
It'd
what.
basically be like a simple pull trap, something that catches the leg and kind of almost breaks it by pulling it up into a tree.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, all you need is a
Like a
heavy
Wile E.
rock and
Coyote
rope.
thing.
Yeah.
Except go good, right?
Maybe, depends on how well you put it up.
Okay. I'll make
Make that roll.
one of those. So survival check to make one of one of those pulley things.
Yeah.
Go with that advantage. Gotta love wisdom and intelligence in my area of expertise. That's a +6. 14 for a dirty 20. 1d20 plus 6. 10.
So, that was an advantage roll, right? Just making sure.
Yep.
Alright. So, you got a dirty 20, which is actually pretty good. So, you managed to make a fairly decent trap. Like, you've put out the loop where it's going to get caught. You've made the pulley system by coming up with this weird mechanics of pulling a tree branch back, and whenever you release the tree branch, it's actually going to kind of help propel whatever poor animal steps into your trap. And it's probably going to break its leg. If it's a small enough creature, it might actually be launched into the atmosphere.
Bye-bye, squirrel. Look, I got a squirrel. Oh, there it goes.
Wait, I thought these traps were supposed to be automatic.
It
Yeah.
is an automatic catapult.
A little bit. Uh, So yeah, you have at least one trap laid out for a large animal, and it's very well made. Are you going to sit around, or are you going to try to coax something into it? Because I also don't believe you've baited the trap. Just gonna say.
I mean,
Unless you've
Hold on.
baited the trap, but I would love to know what you baited said trap with.
I was about to say, there's not much you can bait deer or
You have a
vegetarian
ration,
animals with.
right?
Everybody should have rations, yes.
Yeah,
You
we
can
got some
use the
bread.
meat from the rations.
It's a
Do
deer.
do deer even eat meat?
You do have some llama's bread.
Or something like that, yeah.
Or a regular ration?
Well, I don't know why I first thought meat. I was thinking like bears.
Yeah, he was going for deer. He got bear.
Well, it won't launch it into the atmosphere, at least. Its foot's gonna go up and it's gonna be like, what?
It's gonna be like my leg kind of at an awkward position now.
Hold on, let me just snap this branch.
So, where are me and the deer at? Am I close to them? Do I see them?
You can make a perception roll.
Climb a tree and look around.
Perception roll it is. Alright. Rolling with advantage. Okay, that's a 10.
Nope.
Advantage. D20. 19. Gotta love advantage.
Alright, so you can actually see the deer. There are two of them, both male. One's got 5 points, the other's got 3 points. I don't know if either of y'all hunt, and if that means anything to you.
If I know bigger the points is good.
That means that's how many points you get if you take it down. 5 points to Gryffindor.
I think he's a Slytherin, but I'm not sure.
Ravenclaw.
Were you? Okay. The good thing about this this map, it doesn't storm.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Just suddenly start storming. Okay,
There's
see
a
if you
sudden
survive.
tornado off in the distance.
Dig!
You think I'm joking. There's literally a map where it rains constantly, and then there's another map where a hurricane will actually come through, send a tornado your way, and just rip everything to shreds.
Oh, I
Jesus.
know. I've seen the storms in there. It's no joke.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is what's called Jurassic.
Yeah.
Jurassic Storm. That's what they call it.
Alright, so like I said, there's a 5-point buck, there's a 3-point buck. They're kind of off in the distance, you know. They're over here trying to get water, but they're like doing it stealthily, like over here in the grasslands. You're about here. So they aren't quite aware of you yet, but if you do make too much noise or you approach them bluntly, they will run, and probably not necessarily in the direction that you would wish for them to run.
Mm-hmm.
Straight at you. Rush him!
I say, what would I even bait a trap for deer with?
Deer like bread.
They also like cookies, but that doesn't mean you should feed them.
Again, he has llama's bread. He's probably got like 2 or 3 loaves of llama's bread that Ellet gave him earlier as
Okay.
a parting gift.
Uh-huh.
She did.
She
She gave it
likes
to everybody. She gave it to everybody.
Oh, okay. Okay.
You haven't met Ellet yet. She will literally rip off your leg and beat you to death with it if she has to.
She's the fighter, isn't she?
Yep.
Oh, that's
The
right. She
half-
split up right before we met.
Yeah.
The halfling
That's right.
3-foot fighter.
2.5.
Oh my god.
She's 2.5 feet, and she's amazing.
She makes dwarves
She's also a
look
level
tall.
5, so...
She makes dwarves look tall.
She intimidated the shit out of the monk. Let's just say that.
I also intimidated the shit out of the monk.
You got lucky. She did this by kicking open a door.
See, yours wasn't an act of strength. Ellet's was. Alright, I'll use a piece of bread.
You're gonna tear off some of your
pizza
lemon
bread?
bread? Alright.
Yes.
Well, let's see if, do you want to just hope that they notice it? Or are you gonna try to, like, call them over with, like, fake mating calls?
Oh, I want to hear this.
You don't understand how funny this is because of the conversation we had before we started this.
Would it be worse if it was a rabbit?
Would it be worse if it was a rabbit being hunted by a wolf?
God damn you. God damn you. You know it can be very rough, but I'm pretty sure it could take it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. First things first, I'm gonna hide in the bush.
You're gonna hide in a bush. Alright. Let's see if you were stealthy enough for this. I need to remember which stats go with what.
Dexterity.
Burp.
Perception's a wisdom check. Got it. Alright. So we're gonna go with this, this, and this. Your hiding technique was a 12.
Yeah.
Alright.
He went to go hide in the bushes, but he forgot to crouch, so he's just standing there.
It's kind of what it seems like. Not gonna lie. Because both of the fucking deer saw you.
Jesus.
The hell is that guy doing? What?
They're kind of confused, and they're starting to get skittish. What are you gonna do?
Shoot him. Mating call.
Hey, baby, here's my number.
Call me.
Okay. I'm gonna pretend to make a mating call so they can come here.
He's
Give
not
me a
actually
performance
gonna
check.
do it. He's just gonna pretend to do it.
Nope, give me a performance check.
Performance check.
Performance. I want to hear how well you, like, tried to seduce these two deer.
Oh god.
By the
Do
way,
I not need-
By the way, let's just clarify. Let's clarify here. You're acting as the female.
Oh my god.
Are you assuming their genders?
Well, they are.
Are you
butts.
assuming their sexual orientation?
No, I'm confirming it.
Alright. 1d20 plus 4.
Oh. So, you rolled a nat 1 plus 5. Or plus 4. You got a nat 1. There's just... You got a straight up nat 1. So...
That's a crit fail. That is
No,
a crit
because
fail.
I'm going to give you what you're going to enact.
Oh god.
Oh no.
So, you attempted your best female deer mating call. What came out of you was your best impersonation of a moose.
Oh god!
I get the feeling the deer just noped out of there.
Give me a second. I want to see. Okay.
Nope.
You might have a chance. You might have a chance.
It's better be some fucking stupid deer.
I don't understand why God is even giving you a chance with this. That was pretty bad.
I'll take what I can get.
Alright. God was intrigued and wanted to hear.
Oh, please.
What do you know?
No,
It's the same.
It's the same.
Jesus.
Both of the deer are a little bit confused. One of them kind of turns to the other one and goes, I didn't know that Bullwinkle was back. We should probably move because we don't want him to talk to us.
I'm a little more concerned at the fact that these deer just spoke.
They want to
We're
pursue
doing like
acting
some
next.
open season stuff here.
I'm sorry. Was it the acting joke?
Oh my god.
So we have a ranger who's standing in the bushes. Just did a moose mating call to two deer who just spoke to each other, saying, "What the hell? I didn't know Bullwinkle was back." What kind of D&D session are we running here?
The furry kind.
I think I'm gonna nope out of here.
Oh, my ribs.
Oh, your ribs. Okay. So yes, the two deer are now going back into the forest. They're gonna try to go around you, thinking that you're Bullwinkle, and they have nothing. They don't want anything to do with you right now, but they're not wanting to also run and cause noise because they know that Bullwinkle is faster.
How civil.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
So yeah, that happened.
My face is literally fucking red, y'all.
Yeah. I think I heard you mute yourself just so you could breathe for half a second.
No, that was Mom who told me to quiet down.
I'm sorry. Alright. Zayne, do you want to try again?
With the mating call? Fuck that.
I meant, did you want to try and, like, hide better this time?
I take back what I said about the trees. You might end up falling.
He might have a better climbing ability, we don't know.
Climbing?
You're right.
No, I have no climbing.
You're a ranger.
Athletics check.
Yeah, I have a 1 to strength. With no
But you have a
proficiency in
+6
athletics.
to acrobatics.
Okay, so the deer are still within my sight.
He's determined.
Make a perception roll to see if you knew where the deer went.
Oh god. Okay. At least this has advantage. At least this has advantage.
Yeah, you could get a nat 1 and then another nat 1.
Shut up. Don't
Why?
jinx it.
You jinx me all the time.
Oh, please be something good.
Nat one.
It didn't do a thing.
It's processing.
It's thinking. It's thinking.
Wait a minute.
There you go. You got a 24.
I'll roll advantage again, just in case. Quick question. Why'd you do a d20 instead of 1d20?
I don't know, but it came out.
Okay, so long as it didn't break the system.
I didn't realize that's what I did. Thank you for pointing that out.
Woo! Nat
You got a
20.
26. So, after your horrific performance with your moose call, you stand perfectly still and watch as the two deer make their way into the forest, kind of ducking under the trees and into the bushes. They're kind of just trying to stay low to the ground because they obviously saw you, but for some reason you're just like you don't know why they're not wanting you you to see them. But you do know that they are almost directly behind you now, and they're slowly making their way towards your trap.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so they're behind me and they're coming to me.
They're going around you, but they're going towards your trap.
They're going around me, but still towards the trap.
Yep.
Is there any way I can, like, back off? So
Do
they're
you
more willing to
have
come towards?
do you have anything in stealth?
Yes. I have a +6 to stealth.
Why
How do
are
have
you
a
not
plus
using
6
it?
to stealth?
And yet you fail to stealth.
I did use the
Oh, that's right.
+6.
And you
I
still
got a
fail.
12, remember?
Yeah,
It's because this dice thing hates me.
All right, well, try to. Where do you want to stealth your way to this time? Do you want to stealth your way back to your trap? Do you want to stealth your way to an advantage point so that you can try to make a pot shot at the second deer? What are you going to do?
May I interject for a moment?
That's up to Zayne.
Please.
Unless it's for me.
No, it's for your character.
Please.
With Natural Explorer, first of all, he moves stealthily at a normal pace. Period. He doesn't have to check for that.
Oh, really?
Second of all, whenever you're tracking creatures, you immediately know how many numbers, what size, and how long ago they passed.
Okay, so I didn't need to know. Didn't
Yeah.
need to do the nature check to see about the Leistrosaurus and how many were there.
Yeah, difficult
And this
terrain
is
doesn't
why-
slow you.
This
stuff
is why
like
I
that.
asked him to come in, because I wouldn't have known that.
Okay.
Yeah, I was trying to remember just what all perks you got from that, because I know you got quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
So you
The
still want to
downside-
stealth your way somewhere. But
The
continue.
downside to it being it's only in one area.
Yeah. But that one area is the forest, which we are in.
Yep.
I want to move to an advantage spot to where I can take aim at the deer, but also have them willing to move towards the trap, so it's like away from the trap. Know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. So you're wanting to go from pretty much like this bush to like over here? Because
To where I
the
can
deer, yeah,
still-
this is where the deer started. This is where you fake moosed them. Your trap is about here. And they're going from here in a roundabout way over here. But you can move from here to wherever. Having this map makes things like a 10 billion times easier.
Alright, so where are they right now?
They're about here.
It'd be even better with a grid-like map.
Can I grab?
Alright. So they're trying to make their way around, but still heading towards the trap. When they make their way around, I want to be at the place that's behind them.
So, you're gonna go from here to about here. correct? Because that will be technically behind them as they come up this direction.
Yes.
Are you on the ground or in a tree?
On the ground. I have yet to climb any trees.
It's a trap.
I'm just asking. I mean, trees are advantages to me.
I may try to climb a tree when I'm in the position.
That's probably a better idea. You're not Naruto.
Exactly.
I've had years of ninja training.
I've had years of climbing tree experience.
Ooh, ah! Monkey.
Little did they know I am part of the monkey race. Or was it squirrel? I don't remember.
Alright, so... Zayne, what are you doing?
I'm gonna move to that spot.
Alright. Do you want to be more broad about this, or do you want to just be, like, short-term?
Well, that spot where your cursor's at.
Do you want to slunk your way over there, kind of like Naruto run your ass over there, or do you want to, like, get on all four and kind of, like, army crawl your way over there? Is what I'm asking.
Wow. Okay.
I mean, so much for moving at normal pace.
There's like no in between with her. Either you're army crawling or you're going Naruto style.
Yeah, I'm gonna stealthily move over that way.
So Naruto style.
No, Naruto style is straight up, like, sprint run.
Murder.
Yeah, I'm not gonna make any sudden movements, but I'm not gonna fucking army crawl.
Alright. Well, thank you for informing me.
Black Hawk to Raven. Black Hawk to Raven.
And
The deer are in sight. Get to the chopper.
I'm gonna have fun editing this later. Like, I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, my heart.
I might just have to do this for, like, every D&D session now, so Jess doesn't have to.
Well, like I said, if we can figure out Roll20, I think that would be...
That would
lot
help
better.
a little bit with maps, at least.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have successfully made your way over to your designated location that you wish to be at for a greater advantage in potentially hunting not just one, but 2 deer. The deer are slowly making their way up to your trap. Let's see if they somehow notice the bread.
For once, I want you to notice something.
You shoot an arrow at the bread, it's right there!
Psst, 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 psst. This one.
All I can just imagine is the bread just automatically getting like anime eyes in the mouth, be like, "Notice me, senpai."
And you're
See
like,
how well
whoa!
the bread does.
No, not the bread. I don't want the bread to talk.
Great, now the bread's talking. What kind of shrooms did you take, Ranger? Think he's still being affected by the alcohol?
Maybe. Maybe.
I only had 2 fucking drinks, people.
You were passed out on the bar. And Duchess was using your head as an ashtray.
Ow.
I'm not saying she was putting cigarettes out on his head. I'm saying that she was literally just tapping her cigarette into where the ashes fell onto his head and then started to create like a tiny little pile.
Oh, well then, ew.
That's it, just figure like a pile of ashes on the back of my head.
Yeah. She was having a good time. Alright, so the deer didn't exactly notice your bread just yet, but they're still kind of like in their own little world on, we don't want Bowinkle to notice us. So they're just gonna keep walking, regardless of bread or not. They're still heading for your trap.
Okay. So both of them are literally right in front of me.
Both of them are literally right in front of you. But they're still a good, let's say, 15 feet from you. Seems like a safe enough distance.
Okay.
So, where the cursor is, that's where the deer are coming in at. That's also where your trap is. You are about here.
Okay, so they haven't reached the trap yet, so
They haven't reached the trap yet, and they're oblivious to everything other than themselves.
And the fact that Bullwinkle is somewhere.
They believe that Bowinkle is still where they heard him last. What is your next move?
Okay, so are the deer like side by side, one
They
in front of the other?
They're kind of side by side, but they're kind of like adjacent side by side. So one is just slightly in front of the other.
Mm-hmm.
The 5 point is the obvious leader.
Okay. Because I'm thinking about shooting the second one.
Can I help you?
I mean, yes, God, give me advantage on all my rolls.
No, I'm sorry, Devil Cat decided to show up.
Oh,
You don't get help.
Devil Cat's chosen me to be lucky.
Alright, maybe.
Let's say I'm gonna shoot the second one.
Are you going to wait for them to potentially walk into your trap, or you just wanted to string your bow or crossbow or ready your gun? I don't know what weapon you're trying to use right now.
See, my plan is to get two, but not with one trap.
Mm-hmm.
What I want to do is shoot the second one to see if I can get the first one to start heading towards the trap.
They're
Or, like,
already
running.
heading towards your trap. They're just heading towards your trap at a sauntering pace.
I think what he means is he wants to shoot one of them down and scare the other in the direction of the trap.
Yeah, so it starts running and doesn't really notice the trap.
It
So
already
it doesn't. Well, I meant even more so, because it can break a leg easier if it's running. And then it just snaps.
Okay, you're the supposed hunter.
Now, what do I use, per se? Do I use the gun? Or the bow?
God's letting you decide. Choose
I am
wisely.
also not going to say anything.
I'll go with the bow, because the gun makes too much noise.
Probably a more wise decision.
Look at that. He is a smart hunter.
All right. You're going to string your bow. You're going to aim for the second deer. Is there a specific... oh, no. Never mind. I will figure that out later. Go ahead and try to shoot.
Alright.
Deer do have an armor class, by the way.
Of? No, I'm kidding. You'll tell
Probably
me.
fairly low.
Let's see.
I
would use my dexterity modifier, right?
Yeah, I was gonna... It should say whenever you equip your bow.
My bow's not equipped.
Your longbow?
Yeah. It is equipped.
I believe it is dexterity modifier.
Yeah, it's dexterity. Yes, so ranged and finesse weapons are what use dexterity.
Alright. So yeah, go ahead and fire away.
+4. Please, dice gods, be good. 22.
Alright, so you actually smack this deer straight in the fucking eye. It's, just go ahead and roll for damage, I just wanna see.
Alright.
Oh my god, there is deer.
He had to check this out himself.
It's in the monster manual. I never saw that. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, don't you say a word.
Okay, it's 1d8 plus 4 piercing damage.
Uh-huh.
1d8 plus 4.
Wait, did you already roll to hit it?
He got it with a 22, so it's hit. I just wanted to see what he did to it.
Oh, okay.
7.
Okay, so you shot this thing in the eye. It went straight through the motherfucker's brain and out his ear. It is dead. It's fucking dead. It, like, fell over with such force that it actually kind of papped his friend on the ass, and his friend is now startled.
Jesus!
I'm sitting here looking at the hit points, and I'm like, I don't think it matters if he rolls for damage.
I wanted to see. That's why I said.
Well, she knew it hit. She just wanted to see how badly I murdered the poor fucking thing.
I did. I really did. And he probably got the best fucking thing ever that he could have, honestly.
You shot the deer in the eye, and its head exploded.
No, it went through the brain and out the ear.
His friend is now panicking and running towards your trap.
Bingo.
Demigod, how does trap work?
It will put them prone.
So I don't have to do anything for the deer necessarily, or it's just like he runs into it, it automatically triggers, or do I have to see if it triggers?
That's kind of up to you. I've never been in this instance before, so
You're just overwhelmed with deer guts.
deer gets.
He's just still astounded that there's actually deer in the manual.
Yeah. At this point, I would say you put a challenge rating on it, and you go ahead and roll to see if he hits or misses.
Okay. How would I do that? Just 1d20 and then...
A challenge rating.
It's got a challenge rating already. It's on the side.
No, that's not what I mean. For him to run into the trap, make up your own challenge rating.
Oh, okay.
The trap?
And then roll a d20, and if you hit below it, then he doesn't. If you hit above it, then he does.
Okay.
And if you want, you can even make it just a 50-50.
Alright, so you got lucky. He kind of, in his panic, stumbles around, basically throwing his tiny little feet everywhere, and he manages to basically throw one of his feet into the trap, and it triggers.
Woo!
The deer has been launched into the air somewhat by its front right leg. Its body was twisted because the trap was on its left side.
Okay. So I just have, like, a deer hanging from a tree now?
He's panicked, he's ornery, and he is trapped. Should I roll a strength check just to see if he can stay in the trap?
I wouldn't. If a trap's got him, that he's probably done.
Okay. Well, he doesn't get any bonuses for strength checks, I'm just saying.
And I'm sorry, it wouldn't be prone, it'd be restrained.
Got it.
Okay.
If you'd like, I can tell you what happens when a creature is restrained.
Please enlighten.
A restrained creature's speed becomes 0 if it can't benefit from any other bonus to its speed. Attack rolls against the creature have advantage, and the creature's attack rolls have disadvantage. The creature has disadvantage on dexterity saving throws.
That's cool. Awesome.
Okay.
Alright, what's your next move, Zayne? You have already technically bagged yourself 1 deer.
Well, time to myrtleize it good.
Murder.
How are you gonna myrtleize this poor innocent deer now? How are you
Guilty.
going to murder Bambi's daddy?
The demons told me to.
No, incorrect. God said to do this.
Oh.
Isn't God?
The gods told me to.
I mean, technically demons too.
I'll fucking do it again. I hate deer.
Well, since the second deer is already dead.
That's what I said. Technically, you've already bagged 1 deer.
Just go up there and slit its throat.
Yep. Basically.
You get more money for the pelt that way.
Well, slit it, or should I just, like, try and stab it, like, through the head so I can get more pelt?
I mean, he is alive, even though he does get disadvantage to attacks. He will still try to attack you because you are kind of coming at him.
Man, that would suck to be killed by a deer.
Your AC is 15, just a reminder.
I know, but
And
still.
And
And
even if he
disadvantage.
does hit you, I highly doubt it's gonna kill you.
Yeah.
Unless it's like, oh, I rolled a nat 20, that fucker bit you in the neck.
But it also has disadvantage, so...
That's true.
He could
rolled
roll
2
2
nat
nat 20s.
That
He could
fucker
roll
hit
a nat
your
20 and a
jugular,
dirty
you're
20.
bleeding out now.
Well, see, the thing is, the nat 20 is worse than a dirty 20. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and slit his throat. End it quickly.
Describe.
Oh boy.
God wishes to know the gory details.
Ooh, where to begin?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm gonna go up to it, pull out my short sword, say a few final words, thank you for the meat that you're about to provide, and slit its throat.
Amen.
I kinda want to see if he can actually successfully slit its throat.
Oh my god. He like misses, cuts its nose.
Rolls a nat 1, you slip and accidentally cut off your own hand.
He comes back after his hunting. What happened to your hand? Not talking about it.
Dinosaur. I was looking
Oh,
at
okay,
it.
okay, yeah, okay.
It
See, I
was
can show you the tracks and everything.
Why is there a deer over there with an antler that has a hand?
No fucking reason.
Not my hand. Not
How
my
is
hand.
that? Why is that deer flipping us off?
Wow.
Ugh. So do I gotta roll to kill this thing with
You
advantage?
do. I would like to see.
Oh god. Two
God
nat
so
ones,
wishes.
2 nat ones, 2 nat ones.
God so
Alright.
wishes.
Well, with my finesse. 1d20 plus 4.
I feel like
8
God and Demigod are just sitting up here watching this guy.
plus 4. 12.
It wasn't pretty, but you did it.
I got 2 bag deers.
Actually, if I'm to be honest, neither of those scores break its armor class.
What?
That. Oh no.
Is it dead?
You kind of just slit open its extra neck skin. It's not dying.
You gave it a clean shave.
It's now ready for its injections.
Okay, it's gonna be injected with the sword.
All right.
God is cruel.
No, if God were cruel, God would let it try to bite him. Which God is also very curious about.
I was gonna say, God could very easily do that, and I'd have to say good luck.
I mean, he's got an armor class of 15.
And disadvantage.
Yeah.
Okay, now Demigod's curious.
That's just a regular strength check, right?
What, for the bite?
Mm-hmm.
Believe so.
Come on, nat 1.
No, it's not a strength or anything like that. It's just a +2 to hit, so 20 + 2.
Well, it got an 8, so...
Okay.
It kind of chomped at your gauntlet, and you didn't really feel it, but you heard the clang.
Bat! Smack Helen knows. Bat!
Bad, dear, bad. I'm trying to kill you.
It's making its
Exactly.
weird little, like, yelling honk noise.
Okay, time to kill it.
Maybe.
Come on, nat fucking 20. What's in this fucker?
Do nat 1. Do nat 1.
No, nat 20. You fucking son of a whore.
You have advantage.
I know. 8.
You still didn't... You gave it another nice clean shave.
I can't hit this restrained deer.
Oh god!
Oh my god.
What a lovely day!
I hate you, demigod. I hate you, demigod, for jinxing me. Ugh. Dice app, why do you hate me so?
Alright, let's see if deer gets a pot shot in. Holy shit.
I'm gonna laugh when this goes on for an hour and eventually the deer gets his jugular.
Okay, so on the disadvantage throw, the first time the deer would have hit, but the second time the deer got a 10. So you kind of got another gauntlet chew.
Your gauntlet's getting all dented up.
Oh, this is gonna be another sad deer episode. No, Warhammer, like, hunted a deer, tried to end it, but it was just suffering the entire time, and it just...
It wouldn't die.
Well, this deer isn't suffering, it's just very confused.
Okay.
Why is he shaving me?
I better spend a coin after if it's not dead.
I'm concerned.
Let's fucking kill this fucker, please. 20. 17. Please, 20. Let's myrtleize the fuck out of it.
Well, at least you hit it this time.
Okay.
19, 23.
You've finally, like, gotten enough of your sword into its neck to where it's actually, like, full out bleeding now. It's still making its dying, like, honky noises, and eventually it's just like a raspy, and then it just kind of dies peacefully.
It holds up its hoof dramatically.
Actually, its hoof is already being held up for it.
Alright, time to skin and gut the deer.
Wait, whatever happened to the deer talking? Goodbye, cruel world.
Give me a performance check.
Oh my god.
I want to know how well you shaved this deer.
Are you sure it's performance?
It's a performance check to skin it, yes. If you want to combat me, demigod, please.
Just making sure it's not survival.
I feel like it'd be under survival. Because you're not really trying to show off to anyone.
Yeah. Unlike that horrible moose performance.
Yeah. Blurg.
Oh, Bullwinkle's back!
I really feel like that fall under survival.
Nope. Survival checks are only for tracking, hunting, guiding, identifying,
That
and
would fall under
predicting.
hunting, I believe.
and avoiding. None of that goes under slicing up a deer carcass.
I feel like that would fall under hunting.
It's hunting.
A performance check determines how well you can do something.
No.
Well,
Performance. Check determines how well you can delight an audience with music, dance, acting, storytelling, or some other form of entertainment.
You also just got out of a town where a dude was literally, like, dancing and performing. And there was a literal tiny girl that was happily, like, cutting up beef pits. So.
Where was this? Where was this entertainment?
You don't remember, cute little Yuki? I forgot the
was
name
not
I gave
there.
her right now, but...
Wait. Didn't she try to stop me?
No.
No, that was somebody else.
Yeah, that was Bones.
Oh, no.
Bones tried to stop you.
No,
Bones didn't try to stop me.
We didn't get to see it, because that's when Artesia went to the meat thing.
Yes, but I feel like y'all went with Artesia to her butcher shop.
Don't think so.
Or was that just Em and Zarel? Oh, Zarel and Zigmar.
No, I'm pretty sure that was just Artesia, because she was looking around for...
She was looking around the market, but later on y'all had left to go and, like, talk to her about something.
For the
Oh,
record,
okay.
I didn't go anywhere with anyone until they met me and we went to the inn.
Oh, that's right, she went to the spices, me and Em went to find the butcher.
Okay. At some point, y'all went to her butcher shop. There was a cute little girl with, like, adorable little buns on her head, happily murdering something behind her counter.
I will have to go back to that shop because that sounds like fun to watch.
It was Yuki. You don't remember I sent the picture of Yuki to everybody?
I say, but this is not exactly a form of entertainment.
It's
It's entertainment for you.
It is for certain people, but she's not trying to be entertaining.
Yeah, I'm not really trying to be entertaining. I'm just trying to get the...
I honestly think this falls under hunting.
Melissa, have you been hunting?
Yes.
There you go.
I
What's
have
your
not,
point?
and I still think this goes under hunting.
I am the official DM, and I say give me a performance check.
Okay, you better finesse the shit out of this.
Okay, 1d20 plus. Good thing I have,
There's like operatic music in the background. La 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 la, as he's cutting up the carcass.
I swear you're trying to turn me into like a psychotic murderer here, taking enjoyment of killing. You're trying to turn me into the murder hobo.
Again, did you... Yuki is part of your universe now. I'm just...
She's there whether you like it or not.
I know Yuki's not her name, but you've watched Food Wars with me, and you know who I'm talking about.
Well, that's a 7 for the performance check.
Oh, now I remember.
Yeah.
Still say it's survival, but I rolled performance.
Roll again.
Okay.
I'm being generous.
Okay.
Are you?
Yes.
Give him disadvantage on it.
Shut up.
Maybe he'll roll better. Are you technically in your Monster Hunter classifications yet?
Yes. Monster Slayer, yeah.
Do you have any extra added bonuses to, like, carving? Or something of that nature?
Burp.
Yeah, that's more of like fighting abilities.
Okay. It was worth a shot.
Okay. Roll again.
Yes. We're gonna say that last roll was to cut the deer down so that you can actually, like, properly carve him.
Mm-hmm. 17.
Because your last roll was a 7, and that was shit.
I know.
So you kind of had a tough time cutting the deer down, but once you got him down and you slit open his gut, you literally took it from... I don't know how often you've been hunting or if you've ever seen somebody actually, like, carve up a deer. It's very gruesome.
Oh yeah, I know. Playing Red Dead Redemption and everything, you actually get to see the whole things where it...
Oh no,
cuts
that's
it
just
open.
skinning. Basically, that's kind of
Yeah.
what you did. You skinned it enough, but you also went in after the fact and you managed to pull out some of its juicier parts and...
Because you gotta remove the organs and all that.
Not necessarily. He took what he wanted. In this instance, he ended up taking 2 hind legs, a flank of steak, and some ribs.
Yeah, because it need to bring meat back for the,
But you kept the pelt because you think it'll make a nice addition to your collection.
You might
Or
take
armor.
the horns too.
Well, see, for the pelt, I can also sell it.
True.
Mhm.
You can also sell the deer antler.
True.
Out of context, deer antler velvet is a highly potent aphrodisiac.
Okay.
I know this from working at my drugstore.
Well, I'm also going to take the antlers then. Because you never know when aphrodisia is going to come in handy.
Of course not. Your boss is lesbian, by the way.
Who said the aphrodisiac was for me?
What?
Artesia?
I don't think you're gonna... Nope. I think Artesia's willpower is just too strong for you.
Wait, who's the half elf?
Half-elf? We don't have a half-elf.
You don't have a half elf?
No.
Thought you did.
We have a full elf.
Oh yeah, full elf.
That's
And
Artesia.
yeah, she can't be put to sleep by non-magical means.
He's not
I
trying
say-
to put her to sleep.
I was about to say, Artesia, work your magic on
Gotcha.
on the vampire chick since she's a lesbian. Aphrodisiac, here you go.
And then watch the magic.
Be like, no. She's not going to seduce the big bad. The big bad is gonna seduce her.
Hey, you getting a little warm there? Huh? Think you wanna take off some clothes? Yeah?
Nope. She's dead. She has no feeling or concept of warmth.
And this is why she wouldn't want me to be Bard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I hate bards anyway.
I would have been actually a good Bard. I wouldn't try to seduce everything. My god, I hate that stereotype.
Not everything. Just whenever times get tough.
Just,
Or
you
you
know,
want
90%
something
of
really
things.
bad.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Alright, so do I just automatically take the horns, or...
You automatically take the horns. I'm going to give it to you with your 17.
Alright.
So that's deer number 1. What do you want to do with deer number 2, who has the arrow through the eye?
Well, I'm gonna fucking retrieve my arrow.
I'm going to give it to you. You don't have to search for it. It's lodged in the motherfucker's skull.
And I'm going to, well, do the same thing I did to the first deer.
Alright, performance check
Take
again.
his skin and organs.
Even though it is only a 3-point buck, I mean, you could still try to take its antlers.
I mean, you can still make the aphrodisiac thing. Pretty sure that doesn't matter what the...
Or you
The,
could make yourself a nice little dagger.
True. Or again, still sell it. Either or. There's a lot I could do with it. Come on, 20. 19.
You got a 19? So you kind of learned from your mistakes that you made on your last deer. You beautifully released this deer from its skin. Also, you managed to break the leg out of the socket before you cut off the leg, so you got a better honk of flank there. Instead of 1 steak, you got 2. And you didn't get just the ribs, you also got some innards to make some deer sausage out of.
Ooh.
Are you about to throw up? Because deer sausage is fucking amazing, and
Deer
don't you
sausage
dare
is
diss a deer flank.
No, I'm just imagining him doing all this.
It's beautiful and glorious, and he's now covered in blood. Yuki would
And
be proud.
there's orchestral music in the background. He pulls out a scalpel from nowhere and just starts carving it beautifully.
I swear, it seems like you're trying to make me into like this sick murderer.
Beanie. That was her name. Her name was Beanie.
Oh yeah.
You'd make Beanie proud.
Beanie?
Beanie. She's adorable.
Is she the butcher?
Beanie is the butcher.
Okay, I forgot her name then.
Beanie's the butcher, Bucket's the armory.
Beanie and Bucket.
What great names.
Uh-huh. And then you have the old dude that, was kind of trying to hit up on, Artesia because of her spice entrepreneurship. And then you have Cakes, who kind of has a thing for Zigbar.
Hmm.
Well, maybe this aphrodisiac that I'll also try and make would come in handy to some elf girl to get the demon of her dreams.
Hmm.
You try it, I murder you.
I'm not sure if tieflings are immune to charm.
I don't think they are either.
Cakes has ideas. Ziggy might not want to drink from the tab for a bit.
But No. Cake doesn't handle the Cake doesn't handle the
bar?
drink part. Yeah, that's her
No.
sister does.
But wouldn't Duchess love to be able to get rid of cakes? And what better way to get rid of cakes than to marry her off?
Eh? I feel like you're thinking maybe a little bit too far ahead.
I'm playing.
I'm legitimately checking now because I don't know if tieflings are resistant to this or not.
He's like, I need to help Zigbar.
I need to know.
This will be fun. This will be fun. Are tieflings immune?
I know elves
not.
are immune.
They're not immune to it.
So she can charm him with
It's
potions.
possible, but unlikely.
How?
He has resistance. He does not have immunity.
He has resistance to charm,
But it's also aphrodisiac.
which is still charm.
So it is possible.
Alrighty then.
Damn it.
Yeah, you're gonna have to beware of cakes big time now. Alright.
Oh my god. I feel like Cake will turn to like a fucking yandere.
Did... she's more of like a himere?
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, I can see that too.
Kind
of like the princess.
Duchess might be a yandere.
Yeah.
I don't think Duchess would be a yandere. Like,
I feel like she's more like a tsundere.
I forget what a dedere is.
They're just happy to be there.
So
They're
that's
just
a
happy to be
beanie.
happy.
That's a beanie.
Yeah.
That's a beanie.
Actually, no, that's a bucket. Bucket's just happy to be there.
He's just happy to be there. Is that Bones too? He's just happy to be there.
No, Bones was actually having a slightly miserable life because nobody wanted to sell his spices and nobody could understand what he was talking about. And then he met Artasia, who is now like his goddess.
Pretty soon she'll start a cult following of her own.
Yep. If it's okay, if we got time, would it be possible for Zigbar to go into town and talk to that smithy?
Zigbar is still in... Zayne, are you still hunting?
Yes, I haven't gone back
Go
yet.
ahead and make a perception roll with advantage. Because I want to know.
Okay.
I wanna know, can you show me?
Let's see how fucking blind I am or deaf. They hear this fucking BOOM!
I wanna know about the strangers like me.
8.
Dope.
Alright,
Well, that's just the first one.
yep, but do it again.
Dirty 20.
So, after you have finished carving up your deer, you're kind of just like, you're really feeling it today. You're just like, yeah, I just got 2 fucking deer. And then all of a sudden you hear this massive explosion come from the walls that you can kind of see in the distance.
Oh!
Make a dexterity save.
What?
Am I within range?
Yo.
How far out is he? A chunk of the castle walls coming flying towards you. Ah!
See, so he's about here-ish, kind of carving up his deer. He's happy-go-lucky. Y'all were about here.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, y'all were about over here when Zorel decided to start humming again. And the weapons wall is about there. The weapons wall is about here. It was a pretty big explosion. I think she got a 17 on it.
That's still pretty far a bit away.
I don't remember exactly.
Zigbar, you actually got taken off your feet because you were like, ha, I can jump over this shit, and then a bar of, like, wall just kind of came at you and literally put you on your ass.
I said it's still pretty far away.
Yes.
I was the only one that actually dodged it.
You dodged the first one.
I never got knocked down.
I thought you did. Maybe that was Artasia that got pinned under the wall.
Yeah, I was the only one that was okay.
I still want you to make a dexterity.
Okay. +6 to dexterity saves. Woo! Come on, be gentle. Be good. Dirty 20.
You kind of hear a strange, like, screaming whoosh sound. Like, the sound of what you know
Incoming
to be.
missile.
What you know to be is a sword being swung really hard through the air to where it actually sings.
What the fuck?
The odd thing is that it's not coming from your left or right, it's coming from above you. You dodge out of the way just in time for a longsword to skewer the ground where you just were.
God just threw a sword at you.
What the fuck?
What the fuck?
Under attack! I draw my bow and just start
Like the,
looking around.
It's like that cockatrice. What the fuck?
You can decide to take this longsword for yourself if you so choose, but that's all up to you.
First, I'm still looking around to see where this fucking thing came from.
You notice there's a little bit of smoke coming from behind the wall that's near the castle.
What in the holiday hell went on over there? Wait. Wasn't Zorel and Zigbar and Artesia over that way?
They were.
It's a trap.
Would you like to go over there and investigate, and then we'll pick up tomorrow from this exact location?
First, I want to inspect the longsword.
All right.
What can you tell me about this longsword?
So it's your typical army standard longsword. It's probably like 3.5 feet long. It weighs a pretty good heft. I think longswords have to be wielded with two hands, if I'm not...
Nope. Longswords are versatile.
Longswords are also one-handed? Okay.
They're versatile.
I
They
don't
can be
know.
one or two.
That's what I said. For having been flung through the air and falling from the heavens, it's actually still in pretty good condition.
Okay, I'll take it.
Though still slightly smoking.
I'll take it.
This sword is on fire.
Go ahead and give me a strength check, because it was kind of skewered into the ground.
Come on, King Arthur.
Okay, let's give this +1 a try. Of course. Of course.
What'd you
2.
get? Wow. Alright, so your first attempt, you pull as hard as you can, and you actually lose grip and fall on your ass.
Ow.
But
can
you
just
kind of
imagine
chalk
that
it up
kid
to
from
just
The
being
Simpsons.
tired from having hunted 2 deer just now, and then making a phenomenal, like, dodge. So,
Yeah,
if you want to go
This is
at
why
it
not.
again,
sure. So I can just go in there and just hold up my... What the fuck is going on here?
She did it.
15.
Alright, so you actually do manage to pull it out of the ground. It was a slow start, but once you got most of it out of the ground, it just kind of like came straight out. you now have a longsword. Please add it to your inventory.
Dee 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 dee.
Do-do-do-do-do.
Dee 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 dee.
Oh, I forgot to add, while you were inspecting it, you also saw that it does contain the crest of the Duchess Evith.
Ruh-roh. That might be a problem.
Not if I'm going to return it.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I'm just taking it so I can just be like, what the fuck happened over here?
I was 120 feet away and dumb got skewered by a sword.
Exactly. So it's just a regular longsword?
Regular longsword, there's nothing really special about it. I'm not going to
Actually, a
give y'all
+5
special
magical
weapons
longsword?
until later.
I say if it's a +5 magical longsword, I'm fucking keeping.
Oh.
Nah, I'm not going to give y'all magical weapons until a little bit later.
Just yet.
Just yet. We'll see how you fare against your semi-boss.
Oh god.
Semi-boss.
Okay.
Yeah, your semi-boss.
And so for the items,
Would you like me to stick it into your inventory for you?
yes please.
Thank you, God.
From my butcher display for no one that's there.
Right.
Do 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 do. Weapons.
You know, I was actually going for Zelda when you picked up the sword. Da 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 da.
And I just went the Final Fantasy route.
Yep.
I can't help it. I'm just excited for Final Fantasy VII.
Oh, I know. Did you play the demo?
Not yet.
I
But
did.
from what I've seen
You
of it,
better.
it looks amazing.
When you start the demo, you have to finish the demo.
Yes,
Alright,
you do.
longsword has been added to your inventory. It's right underneath your longbow.
Yeah, I already added the longsword.
Well, now you have 2 longswords.
Well, if you have 2 of them, be sure to get rid of one of them, or otherwise you'll be overweighted.
Yeah. Remove. I was talking about more of the meat and skins and antlers and stuff like that.
Oh, just make a note of that somewhere, probably in your actual notes section. Or other
Okay.
possessions. Other possessions works as well. At the very bottom of your equipment page.
Other possessions.
Just like enter to create a new line and then start putting in the rest of your stuff. It'll just kind of taper out. And then
Okay.
whenever you get into the marketplace, then you can get rid of it, exchange it, do
I'll
whatever
say-
you want with it.
What all did I get from the harvesting?
You got 4... I know there's an actual term for it.
4
4.
deer antlers.
Yeah, you got 4 deer antlers. You got 4 sets of full leg. I'm thinking like a giant turkey leg, but you know, like on The Lion King where they had that zebra leg.
4 sets of deer leg.
Yeah. Because you got 2 hind legs from 2 deers.
Okay.
You also got 3 steaks,
Steak.
4 sets of ribs, and the makings
Ribs.
for deer sausage. Probably enough for, depending on the size of your links, anywhere from 3 to 7
So 3 to 7 deer
links
links.
Yeah.
Alright.
worth of meat. Yeah.
I'm about to say the butcher will be happy to get this.
I mean, if you wish to like haul the rest of the carcass out, I'm pretty sure she'll find a use for it. She might even pay you for half a carcass.
Sure.
You gonna haul it back to Cakes and Duchesses, or do you want to try to go find Beanie?
But I say, how far is it from the market to the cakes and duchesses? Like, is it closer to the market, or is it further from the market?
So Cakes and Duchesses is about here. Beanies is about here. Marketplace was about here. So Cakes and Duchesses is about here. Beanies is about here. Marketplace was about here. I like how you had to rewatch that. Thank you.
Well, it's not keeping up for some fucking reason.
I was wondering if that was an echo or if.
It's an echo.
Okay.
It wasn't keeping up for some reason. I need to see where exactly everything was, because the visual helps immensely.
By the way, out of context, whoever had that train in the background, that was a very obnoxious train.
That was probably me. My bad.
Yeah, there's no trains around here just yet.
You live in a
Yet.
suburb.
There are trains around here.
Oh, there's the echo again.
Better.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's further.
It's closer to get to Cakes and Duchesses, but from Cakes and Duchesses, it's not that much further to get to Beanie's. Beanie is probably a little bit closer because she does have several locations where she can be found throughout the day. One of them being the market, one of them being her shop.
Location, location, location.
So again,
Okay.
Cakes and Duchesses is about here.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna head to Beanie's.
Beanie's is over here.
Excuse me.
You were over there, in that other clearing over there.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I have to tell you, this doesn't work nearly as well for city settings.
It really doesn't.
Alright, give me 2 seconds.
Two segundos.
There's Cake, or that's Beanie's. There's Cakes. And Market's over here. The speed at which they build is amazing.
I was about to
Hyperspeed
say,
engaged.
no one has come back to
Yep.
Cakes and Duchesses yet.
Nope, nobody's at Cakes and Duchesses just yet. So this is Beanie's. It looks just like something Yuki would have, right?
Oh, the rogue is there.
The Rogue is actually in Market still with the Dimetrodon
cart.
and Bucket.
I thought we took him to the inn.
No,
Nope,
y'all
nope,
left
nope,
him with Bucket, and Bucket said he would take good care of him.
He's
Okay.
cuddling the Dimetrodon with
He was
dicks on his
cuddling the
face.
Dimetrodon super hard.
Oh, okay.
Fucking love the surprise he's gonna have when he wakes up.
He also won't be available tomorrow because of Wi-Fi issues for some reason.
Well, he's
But
not
when
able
he
to
does
pay
wake up.
Apparently he's not able to pay it since, this whole coronavirus epidemic thing and bus driving.
Yeah.
Well, lucky for me, I was actually on vacation this whole time.
And here's Cakes and Duchesses. It's a luxurious little inn. And brothel. And bar.
Brothel?
So it is a brothel.
Did you not notice that?
Oh god.
I did mention that before.
I think I
Em-
do remember you mentioning there was a brothel.
Oh god, Em, you're right.
I told you it was called
Oh.
Cakes and Duchesses.
Oh god.
And Cakes was very sweet, and it smelled really nice all the time.
Okay then. Well, one of us is definitely gonna have to get a play partner for Zarel.
Are you sure?
Because I want to see where this goes, especially as M described it. Oh my god. This is gonna be fucking fun. This is gonna be hilarious. Okay, so it is a brothel. Gotcha. Duly noted.
Alright, so is there anything else you'd like to do while hunting, or are you just gonna go drop stuff off at Beanie's and we'll come back to this tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm gonna go bring it to Beanie so she can have the carcasses.
Alright. So you make your way into town. Do you know where Beanie's shop is located?
She gave us a card, right?
She gave Artasia a card.
I thought she gave both. No. Really?
Mm-hmm.
But what about when me and M saw her?
Oh yeah, Artasia went to the spices, you and Zarel went to the butcher, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, she did hand you the card. So on the card has a list of her locations. So you do know where she is located at this time. She is still luckily in her shop, but you need to make haste because in a minute she's about to head out to her secondary location, which is a smokehouse.
Use the dash action.
The dash engine?
I'm kidding. I think the God should probably let you get there in time. As long as you don't have anything else to do.
Well... Yeah, I'm not gonna do anything else other than take the stuff to Beanie. But I'm thinking, would the smokehouse be better for the deer?
That's up to you if you want to go help her with her stuff.
I just want to give her the stuff.
Alright, so you make your way over to the butcher shop. She is currently packing up strips of meat. You're not entirely sure which animals these meats come from, but they range in colors from pink to kind of a greenish sickly color.
Oh, Jesus. Where'd she get orc?
For all you know, it's dragon.
Dragon.
Maybe you can't eat dragon.
I wouldn't eat dragon, period. Tough.
Alright.
You wouldn't eat the tail of the dragon maid?
Roll to fuck the dragon.
He would. He would. He's that guy that misinterpreted slay.
I said slay the dragon, not lay the dragon.
Exactly.
Alright, so Beanie's in her shop. She's packaging a bunch of potential bacon. So she does hear her little bell go off when you enter her door. And she turns around and looks at you and sees that you're hauling in 2 very bloody deer carcass. She has a really big grin on her face.
Gotta chop, chop, chop.
Hey, Beanie. I was out hunting and decided to bring you some deer carcasses. See if you had anything that you could do with it.
did you know? I was running out.
Ow.
She
I need to
quickly
turn down my
runs.
headset.
She quickly runs over to you, Zayne, and just kind of like does this weird little happy dance. It's kind of adorable but intimidating because her hands are still covered in blood up to her elbows.
Oh, that's not
Murder.
That's not intimidating. I was just covered in blood.
She's also kind of small for being a capable butcher.
What is she?
She's human.
Huh. Okay. So like 4'2". 4'3".
4'3" max, yeah.
Okay. I'm just gonna pat her on the head and say, "Yep."
She kind of looks at
All
you,
the
all
pets.
excited. Her face is alight. She just kind of points at him and goes, "Can I take him?"
Sure.
You're not gonna sell them?
Sure. What can you give me for him?
Give me just a second. I need to go and check the weight scale. She picks up one of the deer carcass with little effort. You just basically tried to haul both of these here, and you're kind of winded.
Jesus.
She lifts it up, honks it over her shoulder, and then happily skips to behind her counter, where she basically flings it onto the ground, what you assume is the ground.
She's got the spirit of Elliot on her side.
She-Hulk.
Alright, so the first carcass that she ended up taking was your 3-point buck. She kind of frowns at it a little bit. The weight scale doesn't say too much good about it. Either that, or it's because you already harvested quite a bit off of it, but she's only going to give you 2 gold a pound. And it weighs about... After all the meat's kind of gone, it weighs close to 80 pounds.
Okay, so 160
That's still
gold.
not bad.
What about the other one?
She comes back over after hauling off the smaller buck, or the more tortured buck, and does the exact same thing to the other deer, lifting it up with one hand by the rope that you had tied it to, and kind of like skipping her way over to the weight and putting it down. This one she's actually quite happy with. She will give you 10 gold per pound. This one probably weighs a little bit more just because you didn't harvest as much. Please move your mic out of the way.
But I say my mic is out of the way.
Thank you, Windstorm. This one she's more happy with. She's going to give you 10 gold a pound. This one weighs closer to 100 pounds.
Okay, I'll sell her the bigger one.
Oh, you don't want to sell me both of them?
I'll sell you the first one, but I'll give you the second one for free if you'll go on a date with me.
I was
She
like,
considers
what
it.
is he getting at?
Roll persuasion.
Yeah.
Nat 20! 24.
He got a nat 20. He got a nat 20.
And this is why you don't want me to be a bard.
This is why I don't want you to be a bard. She thinks about it for a moment, kind of looks you up and down, nods a little bit in approval, and says, "You've got a date."
I can't believe it actually fucking worked. Well, thank you, sweet thing. See you later.
She kind of leans on her counter, chin on her hands, and like does the weird little like finger wave at you.
So basically, what Cakes did to Zigbar.
Yes.
Yeah,
Awesome.
I'm wondering if Cake and Beanie are related here.
One's human, one's elf.
Yeah, there's no
Yeah.
real relations.
Yeah, but are they like were they split at birth here or something?
Duchess is her twin
And then
sister, remember?
altered or something?
So instead of twins, it's like triplets, but one
Sister from another Mister type thing, or
Nah. She's full human. And the twins are full elf.
Alright, so how much gold do I add?
So,
Because it's 10 gold per pound, which was...
so lucky you get 1,000 gold for the one honkin' deer.
Alright then.
You can decide whether or not you would like to share that bit of information with the rest of your party later. Zigbar, no metagaming.
Wait. What info?
Whether that you
the
got
amount of
paid.
money you've got.
Yeah.
I mean, it can only benefit the group, regardless of if I tell them or not.
Yes, but this is coin in your pocket that you can do with what you'd like. Remember, you do have a full plate armor coming up from Bucket.
It's full plate?
You got full set armor, bruh.
Well, I mean, like a full set of like leather, because it's a Metrodon, right?
Yes, but I'm still saying that when you get that, it's going to be considered spiked leather.
Okay.
Or studded leather. One of the two.
Studded leather.
It's going to be considered studded leather, which will give you, I
Alright.
think, a little bit more AC.
Mm-hmm. See, when you said full plate, I was like, wait, full plate? Like,
Yeah, full plate's like the almost the highest grade heavy armor.
Yeah, when I said full plate, I meant like full body armor.
Oh, okay.
That's what I was like. I was like, what? Alright. So, before I start heading towards where the explosion happened,
Back towards the castle.
yeah. Because, time to go see, well, because it's almost time to go see the people or person who threw this fucking sword at me. Before that, I'm going to go to the library.
Alright, do you know where a library is?
I can ask around.
You can indeed. So who are you gonna ask?
Who's around me?
Make a perception check. Did you leave Beanie's shop?
Yes.
Who's around? Yeah, you gotta make a perception check.
Because I told her I'll see her later. Fucking nat 20 on the fucking seduction. Jesus.
Yeah, you see why I don't want you to be a fucking bard?
The one time I do something that's the least, is at most, like, the bardest thing to do, without having to be a bard, I get a nat 20.
Yeah.
Okay, come on. Don't break the system with another nat 20.
I know I'm the only one with a +5, but I'm still blown away by the fact that 3 of his 5 scores have +4s.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when you can choose to up 2 of your things by 1 and still get a feat, and you get 2 17s and 1 18, yeah. I was like, should I just make it up to like a 19 and up something else and get 1 18? 2 18s and 1 19? Well, it's like, no, better thing to do is to get 3 18s instead of just 1 18 and 1 19.
Meanwhile, the rest of your party has, like, 8s and 7s.
Well, most of our dump stats are just strength.
Yeah. But, like, their highest is a 15.
Alright, so what'd you roll?
15.
Okay, so in the street, you happen to see a couple people. There's a lady with 2 children. There's what are they called? There's a Quinari.
A Quinari.
I think that's what they're called. The big blue people. They're kind of like giants, but they're not giants.
What? Are we talking like from Dragon Age or something?
Yes. Quinari are a race.
Things.
Quinari are a race, and they don't have horns.
Yes, they do.
You're thinking of the Dragonborns.
No.
Yeah.
Quinaris have horns. Iron Bull. He's Quinari.
I don't remember them having horns. Maybe they did. I just remember them being blue.
Yeah, grayish, but yeah.
Well, you see a male Quinari on the other side of the street. He's haggling with a vendor. It's the same little Asian lady from before.
God.
This man looks oddly like Will Smith.
Well, I mean, I don't know the old lady. Apparently M does. Apparently Zarel does from a bad experience encounter.
And, you see a couple gnome. You see a gnome couple.
A couple gnome.
Should I bar them into a threesome?
You're not really sure, because the gnome female, you're very hesitant on whether or not it actually is a female.
That's right, because... Well, actually, no, that's dwarves. Dwarves
gnomes.
Dwarves females have beards, too. So I see Quinari, gnomes. Who else? See, I see the Quinari, I see the gnomes, I see a woman with 2 kids.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone else?
Other than that, you kind of see some of the other local keeps kind of like glaring at you through their windows. They're mostly elves, but they're not leaving their shops.
Well, clearly. I'm human. They think, oh no, this racist is gonna judge us.
Did you forget that they're the ones judging you?
Yeah, they're judging me for being human.
They are,
What a
because
coincidence.
they're murderous, and they're wanting to know why you just came out of the butcher shop with the pouch full of coin.
Did they not just see me haul 2 deer?
They may or may not have. But all they know is that you have gold in your hand and that you're kind of human.
Fucking racists.
Again, their queen is a murderous pirate, more or less.
The demons told me to.
Alright, I'm gonna go to... Well, since I don't feel comfortable asking anyone around for directions to the library. I'm gonna go to see Duchess and Cake.
I wonder if he could have just asked Beanie.
I mean, you're
You were
still
too focused on
outside
getting
of
a
her
date
shop.
from her, you forgot to ask her where the library was.
You are still standing technically right outside of her shop.
Okay, I'll go back in real quick.
You're welcome.
Just be like, hey, it's later.
You know, Em would have come up with that situation so much faster. She'd have been like, we just came out of Beanies. We could go back in.
I know, but I just... Never mind.
Are you too embarrassed that you actually got a date out of Beanie? That you don't want to go back in and ask her?
I'm more shocked. But I didn't want to make it to seem awkward or anything.
Yeah, just
No,
so
he
you know, I was
goes
giving her a
walking out.
high enough stat level just to be like, maybe this will be high enough for him to not get the date out of her, and then you fucking rolled a 20.
He walks out of the shop, he's just so excited, and then he's like, alright, where's the library? You, I don't want to ask them. Oh yeah, wait a minute.
Yeah, I'll go back in and say, hey, sweet thing, I forgot to ask this before, but can you please point me in the direction to the library?
She's still kind of in her little stance that she was in when you had left. She pulls a piece of butcher paper off of the side of her register and starts drawing with her finger.
In blood?
Yes.
Alright.
If it's available, why not use it?
Better hurry before it dries.
She's got a dead carcass next to her. All she has to do is stick her finger in its eye.
Here we go.
Yeah, sure, no problem. Just give me a second. And let's see, we're gonna start here where my start is, and then you go down the street, and you take a left, and then it's up the road a little bit. It's gonna be right here on your right, and circle that, and then just put all the dots for the books. And here you go.
Alright, thank you, sweet thing.
No problem.
Alright,
I feel like he might as well just multi-class into Bard.
No, he's not multi-classing into Bard because M's gonna multi-class into Bard.
Oh boy.
This is true. Wait, do I even have enough to multi-class into Bard? Do I? Do I have the right prerequisites to multi-class into Bard? This is something I need to look into.
Bun, remind me later, I want to ask you a question.
Alright, or you could just text it to me, that way you don't forget.
Okay,
phone
yeah. Yeah, I can multi-class into Bard. The ones I can't multi-class into yet are Paladin and Barbarian, because I don't have the 13 strength.
Oh,
Yeah.
boo-hoo.
Says the weak little warlock.
I am weak. I only have 12 strength.
For the record, I don't need strength.
That's true, you got Eldritch Blast.
No, because he's got bullshit stat.
That's true.
I have
true.
one bullshit stat, not three.
At least I didn't dump into Charisma.
You might as well have.
Nah. I needed Wisdom because Ranger spells. Also, Constitution. I've learned the hard way never to make Constitution a dump stat. Ever.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Even with spellcasters.
Oh yeah. Definitely. Okay, so now that I know where the library is at, I'm just gonna go to the library. After putting the thing in my pocket, because I don't want anyone to see me with a bloody pamphlet.
Oh, this? Yeah, my girlfriend drew it for me. You're what?
You totally need to say that next time you meet Beanie. Just gonna say. By the way, when would you like your date to happen? Because she's gonna be really upset if you leave town before you go on their date.
Oh no, I ain't gonna leave town. Remember, we still gotta talk to the
Duchess, which y'all were going to do tomorrow, since Zigbar took Zorel and Artasia to the castle to train for a bit, since the Duchess is in meetings all day.
You know,
Alright,
for
so
the record, if he gets a one-off on a date, there better be something good for the rest of us.
I'm playing off of what he said. He said, I'm gonna ask for a date. I said, roll for it. He got a fucking 20. I can't just not give him the date, okay?
I know! I'm saying you owe the rest of us, though.
Alright, fine. You can have a date with Cakes.
No!
Oh yes.
You have to roll higher than a 22 to get out of a date with Cakes.
Oh, that's right. I'm gonna head to Cakes first.
So are you going to Cakes or are you going to the library?
Okay, which is close to the library or Cakes?
Okay, on your map, it is equal distance from Cakes to library. Basically, Beanie is in the middle of everything right now.
Okay, I'll go to Cakes first.
Since you kind of know your way to Cakes.
Yeah.
You know, it's taken him a long time to figure out who threw the sword at him. Just saying.
I'm working my way to the castle. It'll get done.
He'll figure it out. He'll figure it out. He's suspicious. He's just not.
He's
I'm
getting
suspicious.
sidetracked way too easily.
I mean,
Well,
he
you
did
gotta
just
finish
get a
the
date
side
from a
quest.
pretty girl, who may or may not be a loli.
A lily?
Loli.
Lolly.
Oh, okay. He finds out she's flat and he's like, fuck this.
No, flat is justice. Alyssa knows my preference.
I do, and
Oh, pie
Yuki
all the
wouldn't
way.
actually be your type. Cakes is your
Alyssa.
type. Cakes is your type.
Alyssa.
What?
You are pushing this way too hard.
I'm
most
not. I'm
types.
legit saying.
Most types are my types.
That is true.
Fucking Bard.
That's how I am in real life. I'm sorry.
He really does.
Fucking
His charisma, his natural charisma skills are like a 20 plus 2 on his good days, and then on his bad days, it's at least a base of 15.
I mean, intelligence is pretty up there too. It's at least a 16 or 17.
You mean a 6 or a 7?
Did he mean to leave?
Wow, I pissed him off that much?
I didn't think so. Maybe his Wi-Fi crashed.
Oh, maybe. But yeah, didn't you describe Cakes as being the kind of shorter, pudgy one?
They're both kind of pudgy. Cakes is just the bubbly personality. Duchess is the one that kind of sounds like Selma from The Simpsons. And smokes a lot. And drinks a fair bit. But she also lives with Cakes.
Yeah,
they're like-
sorry.
Did
They're
your
like-
Wi-Fi shit out on you?
No, my PS4 cut off because it was inactive.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
So as I was saying, like, my intelligence is at least a 16 or a 17. Because programming.
Keep telling
Yeah.
yourself that, bud.
No, I
really
actually
is.
had to look at his programming before. It's fairly complex.
My strength is also up there too.
You did actually push yourself to the limits to where you literally ran until you passed out.
Yeah. I can also
I
do
have-
one-arm push-ups as well.
I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
Personal life experiences.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm more book smart than I am wisdom smart.
Yeah, if you were
What's
wisdom smart, you would have figured out to hide instead of continue to run.
if if I had my personal stats, I'd probably have a strength of 10, a dexterity of 12, a constitution of probably 18, charisma of 16, intelligence 16, wisdom 15, something like that.
Off the record, what would y'all give me as stats? I'm curious.
I'm too biased.
Um,
I don't see how.
define how you biased.
Well, first of all, I don't know you physically, so I couldn't gauge your dexterity or your strength.
True. So, minus those two, because I feel like James actually could.
Or constitution, for that matter.
Oh no, she can handle a drink.
You know I can handle a drink.
Oh yeah, that's the woman that drinks vodka.
Well, that's not
As
the
my
only thing
preferred
constitution goes into,
I mean, she also likes whiskey too.
I don't like
no,
whiskey.
she doesn't really get sick that often.
Hmm.
Neither do I, but when I do, it's like, oh, I'm not long for this world.
Oh yeah, I'm the same. It's like I don't get sick that often, but when I do, it's just like, holy shit, it hits the fan.
Yep, I'm not getting up from bed. Sorry.
I killed a flu in 3 days.
Okay, so I'll give you a constitution of 17. Your charisma, I'd give 16.
So low.
It's at least a 19.
At least a 19.
Charisma, yeah.
Yeah, all right. I'm trying not to be biased because otherwise I would have given her a straight up 20.
James, would you have to agree with this, or would you have to argue the point?
Yeah, I have to agree. Like, it's pretty high. Like, you can make me do whatever the fuck you wanted.
I'm gonna try not to take that the wrong way.
One word, I envy you.
Mm.
Me or her?
Her.
Oh, okay.
Alyssa.
Yeah. That wasn't also what I was thinking. I've also gotten you to stop cutting yourself.
Okay, that really wasn't charisma based.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Just so we know, this is all gonna get cut out later. We're still streaming.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh, definitely.
Okay,
But,
so intelligence and wisdom.
I'd have to say her wisdom's on up there more so than the intelligence.
I think I'd have to agree.
What's sad is I agreed with both of you. It's like, I can see that, yeah.
Because typically, when you have questions, you go to me for information.
But I've already got, like, an idea planted. I'm just like, I need confirmation on whether or not this makes sense.
Well, you also wanted to know about mechanic advice.
True, that is
But
true.
I also took that as medical advice. I'm like,
Also, I asked both of y'all the same question for different reasons, and so both of you know it was a timing belt.
really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Even the mechanic was kind of confused. He was like, it was still a really good timing belt. I could read all the numbers on it. It just shit out on you.
That's interesting, because something similar happened to my Saturn. That's why that was the first thing I went to.
I mean, after my brother-in-law told me, like, it's probably the fuel pump, I was like, oh, makes sense.
They actually replaced the fuel, or they replaced the water pump, not the fuel pump, but they did replace the water pump because it was loose.
Are they gonna replace the drive belt?
They did replace the belt, yes.
Okay.
So I'd say your intelligence is more like a 14. Yeah, 14,
13.
15.
Yeah.
And the wisdom's more like a 16, 17.
Yep. I feel like both of mine are pretty high because I know quite a bit, but what I don't know, I know how to find out, and I can pick it up pretty quick.
I mean, also, it's hard to just put wisdom down because there's a lot of things you can do, not just street smarts,
Mm.
but like also being a Boy Scout, I do know how to survive in the wilderness when it comes to making tents and stuff like
How
that.
far did you make it? Or are
All
you,
the way to,
if you're still in?
I'm 24. I went all the way to Eagle Scout and beyond. Like I got the gold, silver, and bronze palms past the Eagle Scout.
Nice.
So basically the highest you can get.
I went to, I got to,
Tenderfoot.
no, I got to Star.
Ah, nice, nice. 1 away from life, 2 away from Eagle.
Yep.
Yeah,
I
what
was about
topic
to get into
configuration?
life, and then I stopped.
Usually most people stop at life or Eagle.
Yeah.
Alright, so I go back to Cakes and Duchesses.
Mm-hmm.
Who do I see? Do I see Cake or do I see Duchess first?
Cakes is usually working the front desk, so you're gonna run into Cakes first.
Alright, this is the person I wanted to see. How you doing, Cakes?
Oh, how are you? So good to see you again. What you doing back so soon?
I'm good. Just got back from hunting deer.
Oh, is that what I smell?
Yeah, sorry about the blood.
Are you trying not to laugh, Devin?
Yes. I just had a thought.
Do I need to know?
What is your thought?
If he goes where I think he's going, you'll find out.
Okay.
I'm not going to try to seduce 2 girls. Hell
No, that's not what I'm thinking.
Okay.
He's going to try to help this girl seduce her demon.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
So,
Hey, James.
Yeah, go ahead, do it. Do it, I dare you.
Give the wolf his rabbit.
Fucking do it, I dare you.
So Cakes, I noticed that you are interested or like Zigbar. Care to explain a little more on that?
Roll persuasion.
Ooh.
Okay.
Nat 20.
I wish.
I swear to fucking God.
Persuasion plus 4. Fucking nat 20, come on. Nat 20. Nat 20. Nat 20.
She turns her head and she's like, not anymore.
8.
She kind of looks at you and kind of squints her eyes a little bit. She's not quite sure why you're asking this question because she would, though it is obvious and plain to most everybody that she does have some sort of way towards Zigbar, she doesn't really like to talk about it to other people, especially people that she doesn't know.
Okay, that's fair enough. So she's just gonna give me a look and not say anything, or?
She's going to give you a look and then she's going to change topics on you.
Yes,
Okay.
good cake.
She's now talking about why y'all are staying here in town. Because, as you clearly remember, she only listened to Zigbar when he came in and asked for y'all to have a place to stay.
Yeah. Well, we're here because we need to see the Duchess about an ogre problem and to take the contract.
Oh, so you're on a suicide mission then?
Yep, pretty much.
And pretty much.
They don't know
Well, you weren't
about that
supposed to
yet.
agree with me.
They don't know about that yet.
Know about what? I don't know about anything either.
I mean,
You're the
pretty much,
one that kind of has eyes on the contract. You know exactly why they're actually getting called.
Okay, well, me outside the game forgot.
I mean, pretty much, but I have confidence that we can actually beat it.
That's what the last 4 teams said too.
They got murdered.
Lucky number 5.
And they had at least 6 party members. I only saw 3.
Ooh. That does kind of dishearten me a bit.
Well, they didn't have a Bard Ranger.
He's not gonna be a bard, for fuck's sake.
The day I become a bard is the day Alyssa just throws this entire campaign out of the water to let fire go into hell.
And you know, I don't blame her either.
I wasn't even trying to be a bard yet. I got a bard number, okay? This is the power she didn't want.
No, you tried to be a Bard, and you succeeded.
I wasn't trying.
Then what was that?
Desperation? I don't know.
He was desperate for a girlfriend. That's cute.
My guy's mostly a loner.
I'm sorry, Demigod's shutting up now.
Uh-huh. Alright, continue.
Well, I stopped by to say hey, Cakes. But if you did have a thing for Zigbar, I hear deer antler is an amazing aphrodisiac. And who knows? He might be charmed. I'll just go ahead and give her a deer antler.
Roll a persuasion check.
Oh, please, for the love of God, give me a nat 20.
I'm not a Bard.
The one time I want to be a bard.
This is the second time now.
Nine.
Only slightly better than before. She doesn't really believe you, but she's gonna take the antler anyway. She kind of stuffs it under the under the counter.
Interjecting now.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as Cake's fingers touch the antler, Zigbar, clear across the city, perks up, and he's like, I sense a disturbance in the force.
You metagaming motherfucker.
There's something is wrong here.
Well, Cakes, I won't waste any more time. I gotta go research stuff at the library. See you later.
Have a good day.
You too. Time to go to the library. Well, I think Alyssa knows why I want to go to the library.
I actually have
Sense a
no fucking
disturbance
clue
in the
why you want to
force.
go to the library.
Really?
Really?
Well, since
Your intelligence and wisdom isn't high enough?
Like, why do you want to go?
Since Em and Jess went to the library to research about ogres,
Oh, yes, you wanted to do more research on the Ogans.
I want to know. No, I can get most of their stuff through my actions.
Alright, well, you're gonna make your way to the library. God is gonna take a 2-minute break, and we'll be right back. Don't kill each other, and please, for the love of me, both of you be here when I get back.
Intermission.
Now that that's gone, time to do orgies.
Fucking Bard ass motherfucker.
That's only real life.
I'm not a bard, I swear.
My character's not a bard. Me, however, yes.
Your character is a your character is a bard.
No, it's not a bard.
It's a bard.
If it was a bard, I'd put one of those 18s for my charisma.
It's an honorary bard.
If I was, I would have put it one of those 18s as a charisma. That way, I have a +6 to persuasion instead of a +4. I say I don't need to research ogres because of what was that monster slayer ability? Not Slayer's Prey. Yeah, Hunter Sense. Because you immediately learn whether the creature has any damage, immunities, resistances, or vulnerabilities.
Hmm. I'm gonna ask if I can. I don't know, because you typically go for long range, right? In combat.
Typically. But I was like, I typically shied away from being close range because I like short swords. And for some reason, I thought automatically, like, short swords dealt with strength. But then I was like, because the one time I used the short sword, she made me do the strength modifier with a +1.
Yep, that's why I'm here.
So I was like, as I was doing more research into feats and stuff, I was like, hey, I remember a feat from Pathfinder where I could use my dexterity instead of my strength for attack throws.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was just like, let's see if there's anything like this. Like, no. Then I started doing more research. Like, finesse weapons. You can use your dexterity or your strength.
Correct. You understand what Pathfinder is, right?
It's more of D&D 3.5.
Right. It's kind of a spin-off of 3.5.
Yeah. That's the one I'm more used to than 5e.
I heard it's really good, but I haven't played it yet. I've played Pathfinder and I've played 5e. I've never played 3.5.
Pathfinder's good.
Yep.
I like Pathfinder.
I'm gonna try.
There's a lot of feats. Like you can get caught in character creation for hours on feats.
Yeah, I noticed. So you're long range.
Mm-hmm.
We have a monk who's close range. We have
who's a walk-in JoJo reference.
Pretty much. We have a fighter who's close range.
She is part of the party, but not like right here with us right now. But yeah,
right. But typically, we have the long range warlock. I assume spellcaster warlock.
Yeah, still trying to figure out things with her singing.
Right.
What else
do you guys have? That's it, isn't it?
We have the rogue Tito.
Oh, and the rogue. Rogues are kind of interesting. Is he going long range or is he go close range? Either
I'm
or.
guessing whichever, because he's used his crossbow once. I think he's used his daggers once too.
Because I'm thinking about asking if I can go ahead and multi-class into sorcerer to be another long range fighter.
I went for ranger because we needed a good mid range. Because M was the long range, Jess was our short range.
Mm-hmm. Long story short, I've got two really good builds that I like to use. One of them is a Hexblade fighter, where I take a couple levels of fighter and then the rest into Hexblade, and it's a really powerful melee fighter. Or I can go with 2 levels of warlock and then the rest sorcerer as a sorlock, with divine soul. That
what
way
about
I have
bardlock?
No. But Sorlock would be... Well, Sorlock would be a ridiculously good blaster because they have meta magic.
Yeah.
And you would be abusing the shit out of Eldritch Blast.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Because with the 2 levels of Warlock, you get your Eldritch Invocation, Agonizing Blast, which adds 5 to your damage. Then on top of that, with the Sorcerer's Meta Magic, you can use Quicken Spell and cast Eldritch Blast twice.
Yeah.
So at max level, you've got 4 beams of Eldritch Blast with plus 5
God,
to each of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, what I'm hoping is, I hope she introduces me into our party, because I find that's gonna be fucking hilarious. Because I wanted to see this as an NPC in our campaign, of literally me, and you know, I'm 5'6". People still call me short and everything, and since I have a beard and everything,
I'm
and
5'9".
short, most people call me a dwarf. So like, okay, let's put me as a dwarf NPC. And then I started thinking of more things. I was like, make him a barbarian. What kind of barbarian? Oh, battle rager.
Yeah, that'd be really cool if she introduced each of us kind of as a passive NPC.
And we could like join the party or so on and so forth.
I don't know about that. That might be a little much. Unless you're talking about like at one at a time.
Yeah, like different, like for different challenges and stuff like that, like a little boon or something like that.
Yeah, that might be cool.
Especially since apparently these ogres are going to be something tough or fierce.
Yeah, ogres aren't that bad.
Or what she has planned for our mini boss.
That's true. I don't know what she's got planned.
And so I saw a TikTok today. Is like talking about how like there's flying enemies. And it's like, oh, you got the sorcerer firing magic, you got the ranger with the bow, and all this other stuff. You just have the barbarian just like, I can't hit these flying things. So just comment those down. It's like, that's why I asked her today. I was like, would you allow someone to be thrown? She's like, explain like one of the characters throwing another NPC or another character. It's like, yeah, if they're strong enough. Then I could just imagine just like.
It has to
dwarf.
logically make sense.
I mean, dwarf tossing.
And he didn't realize why dwarf tossing was an actual thing. And I told
It
him
is.
Lord of the Rings, and he's like,
Yeah.
I've not seen that. So I was like, how?
How have you not seen Lord of the Rings?
I haven't seen much of the Lord of the Rings.
I'm
Or read
disappointed in you.
I know. I do like it. I just haven't.
Disappointed!
I just
You
really
must. You
haven't read or
must.
watch. I know.
You can
so I
listen
was-
to it on audiobook, for Christ's sake.
Oh, that's right, you can.
So I was just thinking, yeah, it'd be fucking fun throwing the fucking spiked armor dwarf at creatures.
He just curls up in a ball, so it's like a spiked ball just flying at him.
Exactly.
So, we were just talking about how it'd be kind of neat if, one at a time, you'd introduce each of us as a person, as an NPC in the game.
Explain.
Like Jamnik.
Like if we were to have a big challenge or something like that, then one of us, as like you make up a character that you think represents us, and put that into the game to kind of help out with a certain challenge. Only do it one at a time. That way we don't have fucking a dozen party members.
Okay, so kind of like how I was introducing Elliot to basically help you guys get through some of your trials.
Yeah.
Yeah, but a character that you think represents us.
Okay.
Like, how I'm a dwarf, Jamnik, Warsmith.
Rather than a character we want to be.
Okay. So, am I letting you guys create said other alternate character, or am I having full control over basically making an NPC version of you guys?
I think it'd be more fair if it was you.
James, are you okay with me taking over Gemnik? I won't change much, I will just help give him a little bit more of a storyline.
Oh yeah, that's what I've been wanting, like trying to like ask you about the dwarves and stuff like that. Of like, do they have like a city and stuff for like the background stuff?
Okay. I Honestly, I'm still into the world building concept, so I do need to go and actually make up other little bits and pieces for that information. Because really,
Yeah.
I've only been like making it up as we go. So like the 3 towns that I do have, um, obviously we'll grow into more of that. Bewitch is obviously going to be more elven because
Yeah.
its leader is elven. We saw that Ingate was more halfling based. I might make Sea Witch more human. And as you go further into the continent, you will eventually hit mountainous ranges or flatlands, which I can have some dwarven people over there. Because
Yeah,
dwarves and mountains make sense.
Yeah. Because I was just like, I would have gladly have done more backstory for you if I had known like what's for like dwarves in the area and everything. He said he wanted to get back to me about that, so I was like, okay, I'll let her brainstorm.
Like, I've actually kind of got a half-assed map, which I know y'all were like, the fuck is this? Can't see for shit kind of stuff. Because I know pencil wasn't the best, and paper was all I had at the time, and you guys kind of like butchered it, so...
I was talking to,
Oh, I could do that. I have another town that we can use to be dwarven. Because there's such a thing as hill dwarves, right? Dwarves can be hill-ish.
mhm.
Or is that more of like
I know there's
halflings and gnomes and stuff?
I'm 90% sure there's a hill dwarf.
I know there's mountain dwarves, Druger, game rolls.
Hill dwarf, also known as hobbit.
Be serious here.
No.
Races.
But I'm pretty sure there was a hill dwarf or something of the like.
I was thinking, well, like, it could be like half and half character creation. Like, we get to pick like what race you think we'd be, or we think ourselves as.
You're all
Or-
fucking dwarves.
Oh, I miss tall pants.
Devin over there is a Quinari. Well, maybe half giant. I don't know.
Why?
I don't know.
But like we could.
You're just
I'm only
slightly
5'9".
taller. You're just slightly taller than I am. Okay.
Okay.
But like, we could choose what kind of profession that we see ourselves in.
I am fully prepared to give Ellie here the reins.
So full reign. All right, got it.
I say,
Yep, you're a bunny
dwarves.
faced tiefling.
That was his idea, by the way. It was adorable as fuck.
I'm not surprised.
I'm glad you
Hard-ass
realized it was a
motherfucker.
bunny. I looked at it and go, is that a goat or a guinea pig?
Dwarves have hill dwarf and mountain dwarf.
Yeah,
All right. Well, you're
it's
going to
pretty
be
sure
a
there's
hill
hill
dwarf then. You're going to be a hill dwarf, and your hometown is going to be Haywood, which is right on the way to Tannawell Bluffs. Remember, that's the place where the ogres are
How am
supposed
I
to be
hill
heading through.
dwarf?
Did you
How
want
am
a
I-
city? I have a
more
city
mountain
here.
dwarf.
I have a city here. It's next to the Tannawell Bluffs, which is around a hill-laden area, all right?
I'll just say, just look at the dwarf races.
All right. But I have a city right here, ready to go. Greenwood is another forest.
So you did show him the bunny
did.
tiefling.
I did. I showed him the bunny tiefling first. I said, look, he made you a character too. And I was like, it's adorable. And then we have Death Vale. The Breathless
did you send him
Plain.
the character I had already made?
I did not because I'd forgotten.
Ah, how dare you.
Dude,
You
that would have
can-
helped me.
I didn't realize he had one until after you had made one.
Fair enough.
Well, show him.
You'll have to send it to me again. Or you can
Okay.
just send it to his actual thing through Discord, unless you have to sign into Discord.
We'll see.
For reference, if you don't remember which one he is, he's the one with
The only one that's been rolling this whole time?
Yep, the only one that's
Palamute.
been rolling this whole time. I didn't want to give out names for
The
purposes.
Palamute.
Like I
That's an
said, the only
adorable
one that's been
little
rolling this whole
Palamute.
time.
Yep.
Because I fucking love Palamute.
You do. You won't let us kill a fucking Palamute ever.
Exactly.
Okay, let me see if I can find it real quick. Here you go, buddy.
Ooh. You're my second favorite emo boy.
Oh, are you talking about the picture?
I
Yeah,
didn't
Cloud.
know that you had a weapon.
Yeah.
Well, from what I saw, also, isn't that full plate?
That's half plate. Or not half plate, that's what is it? Yeah, half plate. Because the only armor I really have is a chest plate, greaves, and arm guards.
Yep, he vehemently told me, I don't have hooves. And I said, you never specified.
Technically speaking, when it comes to tieflings, all the demon traits they have vary. Sometimes they have horns, sometimes they don't, sometimes they have hooves, sometimes they don't, sometimes they have tails, sometimes they don't.
That's not half plate. That is plate mail.
Is that plate mail?
Yeah. The one I have you in is half plate. The one with the...
The one that kind of looks like a broken shield is just strapped to your chest.
Hmm.
Yeah, because it has no arm things. Just the...
Well, to be totally honest with you, I just like the way that looks better.
True. I think you got the boots right, though.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I have a glaive that I can magically conjure. Yes, I'm admitting it's magic.
Okay, because I was about to say, like, I was looking at your actual equipment. I was like, there's...
Yeah, I can magically conjure any weapon I want.
He's also trying really hard to get me to let him build a certain weapon.
Oh, Lord.
But I'm only allowing it after y'all level up. And he has to go to a smithy and specifically explain how the tool works for it to be made.
For the record, and just for y'all's future reference, this will not help me in battle whatsoever. It's just aesthetic, really.
What is it? I gotta know now.
You mind if I tell him?
Go for it.
So I recently bought a glaive off of Wish, and it came in, and it gave me the idea that if I were able to detach the top portion of that glaive into a short sword, and have the bottom portion of it be a quarterstaff, that would be really cool.
I could see that.
Because a quarterstaff is technically versatile and can be used one-handed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you can use the short sword in your other hand. Now, the only time this would really come into effect is if somebody were to, say, grab hold of my the glaive, the blade portion of it, and then I detach the quarterstaff. Technically speaking, I could multi-class into fighter and take the two-handed fight style, but Polearm Master is way better anyway.
So, technically, it would, have, like, this little locking mechanism at the end of the handle where the pommel's at.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Or would it be, like, a partly hollowed out quarterstaff to where it goes onto the handle and hooks at the hilt?
I was kind of imagining how, you know how canes have that little button that you can push in and extend it and shorten it?
It's basically a
Okay,
locking button, yeah.
Yeah, basically a spring lock button.
See, when you say the cane thing, I automatically think like a cane sword, where the sword's inside the cane.
No, I'm talking like a literal cane.
I don't know what canes that is, because I've never seen that kind of cane.
Okay, well, it's a spring lock button. Crutches. You know, how crutches can be,
Oh, okay, yeah.
yeah, like that.
Okay, yeah.
I might add a few more things to it, just for, again, aesthetic. But I thought that'd be really cool. And again, it's not overpowering me in any way.
No. I mean, technically, yeah, a glaive can be a quarterstaff and a sword.
Mhm.
Because one is a blade, one is the pointy, stabby edge.
Mhm.
Man, a lot of this is just going to be cut out.
It's okay. This is like almost 3 hours now, and I'm still waiting for you to get to a library.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna head to the library. You want my reasoning? Because you said you'd be back. My reasoning is just like how they wanted to research about ogres. I don't really need that because Hunter sense. I can already find out their damage, immunities, resistances, and vulnerabilities.
Alright. So what are you going for then?
Research. This is so I could, since I'm gonna multi-class into Blood Hunter. Wanting to search like what is a good or best way to kill undead or fight undead. Since our end goal is to aim for the Forgotten Realm, where the vampire's at, which has
Radiant
undead
damage.
plenty. Well, see, I know that, but Zayne here don't. We haven't faced one yet. He just knows that what's to come.
He just knows that Valda is a vampire, and that's about it.
Ah, okay.
Because that was information freely given by Aaron, the man who was
Oh,
giving
one
them.
man.
It was a man to you, it was a woman to Tito.
I know.
Pretty lady.
He really did try to hit on her, not gonna lie. That was funny.
Too bad he doesn't have the bard skills.
Even if he did have the bard skills, he failed.
Yeah, that's true. Gods do what the fuck they want. So yeah, basically going to the library to research what hurts them, and possibly come across the Blood Hunter Order and stuff like that.
Okay.
Because as I imagine, there are a few ways that hurt undead: clerics, paladins, and Blood Hunter. I've done a lot of research.
Or warlock if you're smart enough.
Of course, warlock with the side with the celestial.
No. Hexblade can take blinding smite. That's radiant damage.
I was about to say celestial's more for healing, especially if it wants to do like healing shit.
She does want to try to be a semi-healer.
Well, she should have went with the celestial instead of tentacles, but I don't think she wants to pay for it.
I also feel like, out of context, just an FYI for one or both of you to remember for next time.
Already forgot.
Stock up on healing potions.
Duly
'Cause
noted.
none of y'all can fucking heal.
I can heal technically.
You
I can also heal.
Well, you can heal now because you're a sorcerer, and I think you have something to help with that.
I'm not
I
a
don't know if
sorcerer.
it's
What are you
spare the
talking about?
dying or cure wounds or something, but something useful.
What
I
are
have
you
two
talking
wounds.
about?
I'm just thinking of stuff that I've had on my own warlocks, okay?
Well, I'm not a sorcerer unless you allow me to be.
I said warlock.
You said sorcerer.
I said warlock.
You said sorcerer.
I meant warlock.
Okay. And it's my Hexblade curse. When I kill something that's been cursed, I heal.
Well, also I have cure wounds.
So you're fucked if you run into a true vampire then. Because technically they're not cursed. They're born that way.
No, if I curse it with my Hexblade's curse and then kill it.
Oh.
Yeah.
So, essentially, they're Lady Gagas.
Not all of them are Lady Gagas.
Because you're
Some
born
of
this
them
way,
are her
baby.
little monsters, though.
I might as well ask you this now then. Would you allow me to go ahead and multi-class into sorcerer? No? Okay. Well,
You have to level up before you can multi-class. I've already talked to James about this.
well, right, but when I do.
But yeah.
Why, though?
Instead of going the Hexblade fighter route, would you allow me to go the warlock sorcerer route?
Again, but why, though?
After building the warlock sorcerer, I was like, wow, this is actually really cool. If not, I'll stick with my melee fighter.
Whatever you already have set, that's what you're gonna go with.
Okay, that's fine.
Capiche?
Mm-hmm.
Both?
Mhm.
Okay.
Like I said, I just wanted to make it just like, oh, he knows the information ahead and knows what he wants to decide, which is gonna be Blood Hunter. So that's the why of going to the library.
Okay.
Sound good?
Sound good.
Because you gotta find out about the Blood Hunter Order somehow.
He does, yes. Do I have to give you the information on that, or can you read it on your own?
I've pretty much read it on my own, yeah.
By the way,
Okay.
I have to give you props for going for the blood hunter.
It kind of stuck with me. I was like, this is interesting. I might have to actually do something I have never done before, but actually up my intelligence in a character.
Yeah, it's definitely off the beaten path.
And I heavily hinted towards it when he started.
I know, but I still could have been a paladin. Well, after my level up and taking a +1 to my strength.
If I didn't know any better, I'd say we were playing favoritism here.
See, he had asked first, and I was giving him hints. He just didn't pick up on the hints until literally the first session, and I said, "You're going to go after the vampire queen," and he goes, "Fuck."
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute. I could have been Alucard? I could have been motherfucking Alexander motherfucking Anderson.
You could have been, and you didn't.
For a second there, I thought he was about to say, I could be Alexander fucking Alucard, and I'm like, wait. Wait.
Doesn't add up. What happened?
Does not compute.
Error.
Alistair.exe has stopped working.
Okay, yeah, I can read up on the Blood Hunter stuff myself.
Okay, because
I can also do
don't
that.
know where to do that.
Oh, because I've already in my
You've already
research.
researched it enough to where you can do the thing. Okay.
Out of curiosity, sorry, real quick.
Mhm.
What kind of phones do you guys have?
iPhone.
Android.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. iPhone user.
Okay.
Ellie, there's an app that you can download that has almost everything that you can pull without Wi-Fi. Called D&D 5 Database.
I think I've run into it a couple times online.
Yeah, if you go ahead and download the app, it's got almost everything you need.
I think I had checked it out once and I was not impressed.
Maybe I had told you before. It's a really good app, really. And then there's also D&D Spell 5e, which covers anything that D&D 5 Database doesn't.
I will look into them.
This video is not sponsored by said apps.
Unless they want to, then, you know.
Unless I want
Where's
to,
the
you know.
Then where's the money?
This is my channel. Don't listen to either of them. Please come in contact with me.
You know you want the money.
She
I
wants the
do not
sponsors.
deny that I could use an extra income based because my job is currently being at home all day, every day, for no fucking reason.
Well,
yeah,
seeing as both the apps are free, I don't think you're going to be getting much.
That's fine. I can get free D&D shit. I mean, that'd be great. Send
there
me
you go.
dice! I will take dice.
Dice Goblin.
Or a dice
I only
roller,
need-
or like a dice bucket. You know, something to throw dice into. That'd be great.
I only need one set of dice, but if God wants me to have two, then 26 it is.
You're laughing, but I am already up to 4 sets of dice.
Bitch, I'm up to 12.
I wasn't counting the 6 that I'm using for decoration.
I have a bag full of them.
I now have a bag with dice, but I also have a tiny spell book.
I have... Most of them were actually for magic.
That's a, what was it? D&D database?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, D&D 5 database. I don't think it's on Apple.
He
Store.
can try to look it up, see if it is.
There's a spell list D&D.
That might be the second one. Does it have like a leaf on it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that one.
But
Yeah,
I
that
don't
one's-
see no database.
Yeah, database has pretty much everything except for spells for some reason.
That they had to make an extra one. And there's a complete reference, and there's also D&D Beyond app.
Yeah, I got the D&D Beyond app too. But the perk of these two is you don't need any sort of internet connection to use them.
Ah, true. Alright, so after the study and learn of Blood Hunter Order, gotta go to the palace to see what the fuck made that boom and cause that sword to come flying at me.
So you are now making...
later.
Literally. You are now making your way back across town to the fucking castle.
And fucking all three of us are gone already.
No, y'all went inside to the infirmary because you, despite what you said, are slightly injured. Artasia
you know what-
is fairly injured, and Zarel is embarrassed.
You know what you could have said? You know what you could have said was the fact that we were fighting each other, we needed to go to the infirmary.
No. Artasia needed to go to the infirmary, because
Something good.
I think you actually did manage to almost kill her the first time y'all sparred, but she also had a fucking wall fall on her, remember?
That's true. Yeah, I knocked her unconscious and a wall fell on her.
And then you got tripped up trying to jump over a piece of wrought iron that came at you.
And then M is just fucking embarrassed.
Yeah. Em was actually slightly injured. She got, like, ponked in the head by, like, a piece of plywood.
M has psychological trauma now.
She needs to take 1d4 psychic damage.
Right.
Don't do that.
Don't
Don't tempt the god.
My poor Voidborn finally has 10 fucking insanity, and now loud noises make her startled. But
You
she
don't
can
think the
still
boom
blow
would've
up a
startled her?
planet with her brain. She actually kind of put the fear of God into a space marine, and she almost slapped another space marine unconscious. Open palmed. It was amazing.
Wow.
I know. My strength stat is shit.
Fuck.
Alright, so I'm just gonna go head to the palace to see what the fucking explosion was after a while.
So you're making your way to the castle. You managed to find the entrance to the training grounds on your own, following the pillar of smoke that's still coming out of it. You kind of see Zigbar holding Artasia, like helping her limp her way into the castle, and Zarella's just kind of in the back, very much just beside himself.
Traumatized.
Slightly traumatized and somewhat embarrassed. Like, it's really hard to tell between embarrassment and traumatization on a scale for him, because he's just kind of all over the place. Like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it, I'm sorry.
He's walking behind us going, all these squares make a circle. All these squares make a circle. All these squares make a circle.
Fuck you, Popo.
Call me. I need you to tell me that I can leave the lookout if I want to.
Mr. Popo, you can leave the lookout for me.
Bitch, don't tell me what to do!
Alyssa,
I'm pretty sure.
Are you still somewhat amazed that I was able to remember his name?
I am. I really am, because I only remember him saying his name once. And every other time I referred to him as Zigbar. So. He legit named you by person, and I was kind of impressed, because I was like, I didn't think you actually remembered.
What, my name?
Yes.
You know it's on the party chat, right?
No.
Your name goes by Terra.
No, not on that. On the PlayStation.
Yours is Keyblade Wielder.
Yeah, they see it as
right.
that. I can't even see your actual name as that. You don't have me listed as an actual friend to see your real name.
What?
Yeah, I still see Keyblade.
Oh, okay.
Devon.
Devon.
Also, it's easy to remember because I have a friend.
That's right. He also said that at the beginning of this too.
Yeah. Also, it's easier because I have a friend that does D&D a lot, and his name is Devin. And so I tease him with Devon.
Well, yeah.
And so when he's like, "This is Devin," and I was like, Devon.
All right, Jamaze.
So,
Wrong.
Eddie, are you okay?
Wrong. It's Jams.
Jams.
No, it's Jamaze.
Jamaze.
Oh, Yamez.
Yamez.
Who's seen the lottery ticket?
Oh, you're gonna have to do so much editing.
It's okay. It'll be fun. Plus, this just means I actually get to help stream our actual D&D. So that I can have it on my channel.
I mean, you get to listen to all of our dumbass voices again.
I say, despite the lag on the video, it's good.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
I was quite impressed.
I'll be honest, I stopped watching the video.
Yeah, I don't have anybody watching anymore, so it's okay.
Okay.
I literally just put it up so that I could have a streaming platform, because I can't stream on the main menu of the PlayStation. And I was like, we're gonna be in a forest. What game do I have that I can just literally just stare into trees for a while?
Aha!
And then I remembered, like, I was just playing Jurassic Park for, like, 10 hours the other day. You think I'm joking?
I know you're not joking, because I've played for longer than that.
Oh yeah, I was share playing it with you, that's right.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure after I went to bed, you stayed up and continued to play Jurassic Park.
I did.
Yeah, I know.
I think you and I need to sit down again and really look through Roll20, because I think that'll help us a lot if we can figure out how to use it.
Yep.
For map-wise?
It's got a really nice little grid map area, and I know me and him have talked in discussion about, like, how do we determine radius of area of effect by certain aspects?
In my opinion, I believe there are two types of area of effects. There's a point you choose, such as Fireball, and then there's centered on self, like Arms of Hadar.
Ooh.
In one case, Arms of Hadar, I believe, would be 10 feet out from square. Point of choosing, I believe, would be a cross-section of your choosing. And either way is actually fair, because if you count the number of squares that either of them affect, it would be the same either way. Plus or minus 1, but that's because of the square you're currently standing in.
An area of effect.
Right.
Sound legit.
And and there's also a lot of map layouts and stuff like that, and I'm thinking on gifting you some, just so that you'll use them.
We'll see. I might just be really creative. I mean, you did watch me play Jurassic Park for, 2 hours? And I literally built an entire park in 20 minutes.
That's true, but you're gonna need something to start with. They don't really give you anything.
I can work with squares and circles.
Okay.
All these squares make a circle.
All these squares make a circle.
You're talking to the
don't.
person who had paint as a child on the computer as a form of entertainment.
Oh yeah, definitely. Did that
Oh,
too.
don't mind him. He just got done downing a gallon of LSD. A gallon? A literal gallon. It came out of a milk jug. I don't even know where he got it. Oh, I love Dragon Ball Z Abridged.
It's amazing. Too bad they cancel it, but it's understandable. They went out high.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so that's where we're gonna leave it.
Yep, we're gonna leave it at you coming in and seeing Artasia being hauled off to the infirmary. Zigbar doesn't look as great as he did earlier, and Zarel, even though kind of injured himself, is also lingering back a bit and following, but at a much slower pace.
Alright. And I'm still covered in blood.
You are still covered in deer blood, yes.
Woo! I just imagine them just be like, what the fuck happened to you?
You should totally lead with, I got a date.
You know that's tempting now.
You
You might actually even impress Zigbar. He's gonna be like, "Attaboy, good job murdering shit."
I got a date. Did she say yes? Well, clearly.
We're just not
Did
gonna.
you murder her current boyfriend?
We're not gonna tell Jess and Em about it because I feel like this needs to be like a nice little like what the fuck moment for them. Please remind me that you are covered in blood. I need to write that down.
Em would probably be okay with it. She's just like, oh, cool. Jess probably won't care either.
It would be a great starting point, though, for them to just be like, hey, Zayne, why are you fucking bloody? And then your first reaction is, I got a date!
Could you imagine Zor-El just looking up from the traumatized state and being like, ah!
Oh god, I've killed him!
Oh my god, I thought of something even better. I thought of something even better.
Oh yeah?
I come limping in with the sword, like, held out from my side, still covered in blood. I may need some healing. The sword came out of nowhere. Ugh.
At that point, I think you'd need to give us all a perception check to see if he actually has any wounds.
Well, I feel like what he should do is come in, assess the situation, decide that he wants to make a joke, and slowly pull out the sword, making sure nobody else is watching him, and just to set up the stage.
Yes.
Fucking bard.
I love jokes. Okay.
Fucking Bard.
I love jokes. This doesn't have to be a Bard thing. Just if I know
Make a
you didn't.
performance check.
I know you didn't really listen to the whole full boat fight scene, but after Tito got bit once and just laid down like
I'm gonna go to
bastard.
sleep. He's
Like, you
literally been
bastard.
asleep for 4 days
Exactly. Be like, you bastard.
after
Is that
getting
how our
his leg
rogue's gonna be?
nipped. Yes.
I was just like to I was to
The rogue's gonna come back after 3 sessions. I need a nap.
I told him and just like it'd be funny if he woke up right next to the Dimetrodon just because he was sleeping.
And
it
that's
was
why
just
he's
like,
still with the Dimetrodon.
and it was just like, you bastard. I'm in.
Rick and Morty.
Exactly.
Can anybody else hear my cat snoring?
Softly, yes.
I can't hear because of the PlayStation noise, but if I go to the store, maybe.
You know how
Nope,
those
can't hear it.
security dogs are trained and they'll crawl between their owner's feet and watch their surroundings. Is that a no?
No, I know about the security dogs, yeah.
My cat is doing that right now.
Oh.
Kitty, kitty.
Kitty. I'm the one that has a dog.
Spoiled little shit.
Aren't they, though?
Always.
Aren't all animals spoiled little shits?
Yeah. You have to see mine though. Oh my god.
How fat is it?
It's pretty bad.
How fat is your cat?
How fat?
Yeah, how fat's your pussy?
They're not.
I'm gonna go ahead
They're
and
not
end the
even a
stream
youth.
now.
They're not even a year old yet, and they're 15 pounds.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us today. We'll continue tomorrow with the rest of our crew. Have a good night.